Hello and welcome to, I think this is the fourth part of this stream that I've done. I've done many hours of covering this video already, and for good reason, because what they say in this video is kind of dumb. So I don't think you'll need any context for this unless you ask for it. If someone asks me for context, I will give them, but for now, watch the other stuff. I've already done 2 weeks of this, so today we continue. Hopefully we can get through this section down here, the whole hour section, but I believe there's not going to be a lot said there that hasn't been said in the previous part, so I'll skip over stuff if I'm repeating myself.
What does take pride in your work mean?
And that's where we ended last stream. Wait, let me check the volume.
Stupid this is. Making an hour-long video and having like a
Why is it
5-minute
so
segment dedicated,
loud?
or maybe like a 3-minute segment dedicated to like dumb.
Okay, sorry. Let's go back to where we were. We were at 2604. So let's start.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we ended on what does take pride in your work mean. I did not explain myself last stream. I kind of just ended it on that because I was irritated. But it's thinking about how when you post something, when you submit something that you consider your work, your art, you think of it as representing you and what you're capable of. And if you can't take pride in that, if you don't take pride in that, you will put out stuff that represents you in a negative light, or even in a just inefficient or insufficient light. Because you want to represent yourself as best as you can, and if you put out stuff that doesn't represent your hard work or dedication, you're just going to look like you're bad at what you do, which is just upsetting in every circumstance. I would never want to put something out that doesn't represent me, especially after finishing college, because I did a lot of dumb stuff in college in terms of like essays and stuff. I don't want to. You don't want to embarrass yourself. That's another thing. It's some people do, I guess, but I wouldn't want to embarrass myself unless it was on purpose. So maybe all of this that they do is on purpose.
My homie really said, "Just end stream."
I don't know what's so hard to think about there. If you want to take a break, just end your stream for a little bit, come back. I've done it. I did it the last time I streamed this video. I was doing a commentary on this video. I took like a 2-hour break because it was imploding my brain.
Said, taking breaks is okay.
Yeah. Taking breaks is important for your mind and body. That's why they let you take a break during work, during clock in time.
Hey guys, I want to go pee, so I'm gonna see you guys later. Okay? Just turn off your stream when you go to pee and poop, then come and restart it when you want to go back. Get a co-host or end your stream. Very simple, easy solutions. What I'm curious about is,
but I don't know why she's sounding like I don't know why she's doing that sarcastically. I don't think she's thinking about it. I think she's just hearing it and just automatically assuming that it's something stupid. But it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable.
You watch someone's content. What if he had watched, so Jay had watched someone's content and they said, I didn't like the way that you reacted about this. Then what?
Oh, so just for that, I know that Jay would not have cared what someone else said. Because I know for sure that's how Jay sees things. If he's reacting and someone says, "Oh, I don't like how you're reacting," he doesn't care. He'll just keep on reacting because it's if he's doing a sufficient job transforming the content, then he doesn't care. And that's how most people should be. But the problem with these guys is they assume that it's okay either way. whether they're transforming or not. If they don't say anything, it's fine. But if they do say something, it's not fine. It's the retreat mentality, or if you're getting attacked, you retreat. Especially if you don't understand the other person's point of view, you take your own stance, and if someone challenges you on that stance, you either back away and hide or challenge them. That's just a fact of life. It's fight or flight. And some people are more willing to fight than others. And on certain subjects as well. We'll see later. There's quite a bit.
That's totally fine. He makes the most sense.
Well, that's nice to see, isn't it?
I mean, I understand.
Sweet, dude.
My man said react harder.
Oh. So I have like 30 minutes of Hassan's response to work with in my editing room.
That's what you said! That's
I think so I don't know why she's not seeing it. The reason Jay was being very dismissive of the way Hassan just reacted that way is Hassan is being dismissive of the argument. He isn't caring what Jay's saying in that situation. He's just saying, "Oh, he wanted me to react harder." And that's a really huge meme on Twitch where people try to just bat off criticism of people stealing content just by saying react harder. And it was started by one of the popular streamers. I'm not sure which one. But it just became a huge meme, and now people... That's the thing with a lot of online culture. People will just use memes to stave off arguments. Like the most recent one that I hear a lot of people using is cope. So if you're having an argument online, people will just say cope. And then there's nothing you can do because they're just ending the conversation with saying you're angry. They won't give you any pushback. They won't actually tell you why you're wrong. They'll just say you're wrong. And that pushes people farther apart. It doesn't make people want to engage in arguments anymore, or in discussion at all, whether it be argument or just friendly. Which is lame. I like discussion. I like debate. But these guys don't seem to want to, even though Hassan is considered, at least by a lot of people, a debate bro. At least that's what they call. There's a lot of videos that call him a debate bro. So I don't know if that's a self-proclaimed title or a title just given to him by other people.
literally what you said. You literally said, I don't like the way that you reacted to my content. And he said, okay, you don't like the way that I reacted to your content. That's fine. I won't watch your content anymore. He literally did say react harder.
Well, what Jade's actually saying is, I don't like the way you're reacting to all content if you're going to react to it like this. And at that, because what she's not seeing is that Jay is saying Hassan is being disingenuous with this argument. And then she's exploding over it, which is kind of weird. I think she needs to listen more. That's why if I mistake something, I always try to go back, and if I'm angry at something someone said, I want to make sure that they said it correctly, or that I understood it correctly, because I don't want to assume things about people. I think there's a saying about assuming that I can't remember, but I'm sure there is one.
Okay, this is so cringe. This is literally so cringe, dude. If this YouTuber thinks that they can explain React content to a Twitch streamer who their primary source of income is Twitch streaming, React stuff, and they think that they can explain to a Twitch streamer this, I'm gonna woman-splain, I'm gonna Twitch-splain content, okay? I'm gonna Twitch-splain YouTube content, okay? You wanna know why this video is bad? Here, you clearly don't understand why this video is bad, which is why you uploaded it, okay?
I think she's just being... I don't know why she's being so mean. I don't think Jay has said anything too ridiculous. I know there are plenty of people who would listen to what Jay said and think, oh yeah, that's not very nice. They wouldn't consider Hassan to be immoral. They would just say, "Oh, Hassan, come on, that's not okay. It's not a Hassan, you're an awful person. Go help him out right now." That's not what people are saying. or at least if people are saying that, then they need to take a chill pill and look at what Jay actually said. Jay just wants people to exactly what Jay said, take pride in their work. Actually put in the work for the money that they're making through Twitch.
Okay, I'm gonna essay explain to you right now. This video is bad because you're taking the criticisms of morons who spend 5 minutes of their life typing a hate comment to you.
She's just addressing the 3-minute part of the, or 3 to 5 minute. I'm pretty sure it's 5 minutes, but 5 minutes of the 56-minute long video. Plenty more.
Try more? What a baby. What a baby.
Doing all this other weird shit just makes you seem petty. Just makes you seem fucking petty.
Situation.
This is really just like a cope video.
Literally.
I think the edit is trying to say that she's being petty in that situation, but I wouldn't say so. I think she's just misunderstanding intention. She's mistaking intention for the content before she's even. You should just get rid of what you think someone's goal is and just listen to what they say first. And then if you're still confused, maybe you can look at their intention, but you should look at what people say first, because it'll tell you a lot more than what the look on their face will. Because yes, I can see someone, and yes, you can think that someone is lying, but if you've watched Jay's content before, he's not one to lie often. Yes, he has a lot of content that's negative that will pick on people, but it's not like he usually tries to lie. If he does, he usually apologizes about it. Or if he mistakenly lies.
Literally wouldn't even know who you are if it wasn't for Hassan streaming your video.
Okay, dude. Also, who Omega lol? Like, seriously?
I'm not the biggest Hassan fan, but I feel a lot of streamers just watch random videos to react to while they eat, so I don't feel like it's that bad that he does this.
I watch Hassan pretty frequently, and I honestly think it's because he was eating, Lamau. Content quality usually takes a nosedive for that half an hour. He's usually good about crediting channels and sharing his thoughts throughout.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, so it says, what she's not seeing is that some of these comments aren't bad, they're just giving an explanation that they think is sound, and what he's doing is he's ripping it apart because it's usually dumb. The person admits themselves, oh, the content usually takes a nosedive for that 30 minutes of eating. Then you probably shouldn't be doing the content, right? Because at that point you're just not making content, or you're making lackluster content. I don't know why you would want to do that, especially since it represents who you are as a content creator.
Time he's leaving or eating because he literally streams for 10 plus hours a day, and he's got to do it sometime. And the chat needs to be entertained in the meantime. But I do agree it's annoying when he does this.
Anyone who
But I do agree.
for
Oh
enough
wow!
hours in a
Someone said that they agree. I mean, the chat can be entertained by plenty of things. They don't just have to watch the streamer. I know I, for one, will just sometimes put a streamer on and lurk. You don't even have to watch the streamer if you want to support them. You could put them on at a different tab. And not mute their channel, but mute the tab, because then you can actually, the viewers count stays up. I used to do that for my sister all the time when she first started. Now she has like upwards of 20 viewers per stream. And that's in large part due to all the people who supported her in the beginning. So if people really want to support, but don't enjoy the 30 minutes of eating time or of no content time, then just put them on in the background, watch something else for 30 minutes, and then come back. Super simple. And some streamers can actually make announcements in their chat, and the tab in the corner will actually glow a different color to indicate that something's happening. So you can get it that way. You can get people back to the stream once you're back from your eating break. Super simple. So even if you didn't want to stop stream, you could just leave it there. And I know that doesn't sound good, but it's Better than stealing.
In a day, has to get up, has to take a break, stop staring at their monitors for a little bit, get some water, stretch, go pee, get food. That's why all the streamers do it.
Lol, these comments. Why don't you guys start a Twitch and react your way? This whole leaving, eating, etc. is just a constant stream meme combined.
Right. This reading is taking a while, so I will read it myself just to react to it my own way. Because I don't want to hear Jay's reaction. I don't know if we saw this in the previous section, but let me see. Well, here's the thing. So the last sentence of the first paragraph says you can't expect him to clown around energetically for every minute of those 8 hours. No, I don't expect you to do that. If you're an entertainer, then maybe. But if you need a break, stop the stream, start it again when you have the energy again. They're digging their own grave at that point. It's literally the meme of the bike, the guy riding the bike and then sticking a pole into the spoke and the bike falling over. It's them creating their own problem, and then instead of sticking the spoke in, just letting the bike go on its own while he walks for a little bit and then come back to the bike. They're making their own problem, and their solution to it is unethical. Just putting it out there. He literally leaves to cook for himself. What? And that video was literally randomly linked by someone in chat. Well, if you don't have anything to say about it, why would you take someone else's video? Like, if you didn't have anything to say about it, I would, because I don't know what I'm gonna do for commentary day once I finish this video. But I know if anybody suggested a video for me to react to, I would definitely want to take a look at it beforehand. I would take the requests, record them, or at least write them down, and then take a look at them. So next commentary stream, I could react to them. I feel like that would be my responsibility at that point. You can't put the blame on someone else in chat if that's what that sentence is saying, and then taken out of context, you make him sound like Hitler. What? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jay makes him out to sound like someone who just doesn't know the other perspective. It makes Hassan out to be more naive, I guess, rather than like Hitler. I don't know why someone would ever compare the reaction to Hassan to be the same as a reaction to Hitler. It's insane. I don't know where you come up with that. Oh God. Oh my God, I don't know what they're doing anymore. I'm just looking in the first part again and I don't know what to do. Why don't you guys start a Twitch and react your way? They already do. A lot of the people who a lot of the streamers or streamers and YouTube creators that are mad about that, about Hassan and the way he acts, already stream and react that way. They don't stream on Twitch, but they stream on YouTube, and some of them actually do stream on Twitch. So I don't know what they're talking about here. It's just so confusing to me. And once again, it's another argument of, oh, if everybody's stabbing people to get ahead in life, then why don't you do it? Extreme examples, but it's similar. It's everybody's doing it, so you should be doing it. If you're so mad about them being successful about it, I would never want to be successful doing something I find unethical. That's just the way I live. But if other people don't mind, it's fine. That's in line with sociopathy. But some people have learned sociopathy. Some people just have it drilled into them. We'll see. Not to say that any of the 3 people covered in this video are sociopathic. I think they just need to take a minute and think about it, especially not on stream. because when they're on stream, they'll be playing their character, or they'll be super overactive and overreactive to things just to get clicks and stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this. But once again, I'm not calling anybody here sociopathic.
With
Just some tendencies.
actually satisfying.
Okay,
You
let's
can 5
skip
minutes
over it.
not clown around energetically for every minute of those 8 hours.
I
To
don't
go
want to do
get
it.
food because I'm fucking hungry, and I will lose like a quarter of my audience.
Just tell him not to react to your videos. Other streamers like Matt Orchard and JCS are saying that they love the boost in views they're getting from Hassan's reacts.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, you should just be asking people beforehand. Because it's weird. It's weird because they just expect that people will be happy with it when usually you ask someone beforehand. I know it's hard to get in contact with a lot of creators if you're watching a lot of videos in a day, but at that point, shouldn't you just be creating your own content? And it's because the way he reacts to, or the way that all three of these, I guess only two of them, because I don't know how Relevant reacts to things. I just seen this one example, but I've seen multiple examples of how Hassan reacts to things. Based on how he reacts to things, I would say it would be better faith of him, or better, like a better move on his part to check and see if they're okay with this, with him reacting, because he barely transforms it, and if he shares the video, it's even better, because they're saying, yeah, they love the boost in views that they are getting from Hassan's reacts. Yeah, only if you actually share the link or know the name of the person that is in the stream or say it in your own video. But some people don't do that, so you get screwed over by someone watching your video on their stream with barely any traffic to your own channel. It's kind of lame. I wouldn't appreciate it. I know that if my video was shown without any, like, with, I guess, 5% of the commentary it should have. So, yeah.
It's not clear that Jay would be opposed to it. If he didn't say enough in this video, then fair enough. Not everyone does their best all the time.
You literally said, I don't like the way that you reacted to my content. And he said, okay, you don't like the way that I reacted to your content, that's fine. I won't watch your content anymore.
How about just telling him not to do that instead of pulling this cringe shit?
It was so cringe. Okay, this is so cringe.
I'm not sure what this section is about, because it seems like it's just going over the comment section that it went over in one of these previous areas. I think it's more like trying to just show hypocrisy or something. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been paying attention enough to what has been happening in the video, more about what I'm thinking about the video.
This is literally so cringe, dude.
You're not allowed to watch any YouTube videos unless you react the exact way the creator wants you to. The rules of the internet.
No, so you're not allowed to react to something unless you actually transform it. So any way that you actually transform it, you're allowed to react to it however you want. You can berate the video, you can tell people not to watch it as much as you want. Who cares? As long as it's your own video. If you play someone else's video and say, hey guys, don't go to this guy's channel afterwards, or this girl's channel, that's just mean. That's unethical. You're stealing someone's stuff and then saying, okay, yeah, guys, don't go to that. That would be a bad way to go through it. It is a rule. It's not the rule of an internet, it's the rule of law. If you make content, it's yours. And if someone else uses your content, and they don't transform it, it's still yours, so you could claim them. It's not like you're going to, because it's annoying. Yeah. It's just lame.
Hassan reacted, and then he was like, "You got the reaction wrong. That's not what I said. What the fuck is happening?" And honestly, I give them an F for react content. I feel like he's grading Hassan's reacts. Like he's like, Hassan's reacts get a D-.
Jay's entire
No, it's not really about grading Hassan's react. Although it kind of seems that way because he judges everything that Hassan says, but for the most part, what he's doing is analyzing it in a way that would show how little he says. And it's not how little he says in a deep way, it's more how little he says in the video. It's like if I were to play this entire hour section and pause it to react every 10 minutes on the dot and only talk for 3 minutes each time I stopped it. At that point, I'd only be making 30 minutes of extra content. Which, yes, that's pretty good, but it's still, it would feel bad to me, at least. And I'm not sure that a copyright lawyer would say the same. I'm not sure a copyright lawyer would support you or would defend you in court against someone striking you for doing that, for stopping every 10 minutes to talk for only 3 on an hour section. Wait, am I right about that? No, it's just 6. Yeah, it's 6 times 3, so 18 minutes. 18 minutes of extra content for an hour. It just feels wrong.
Channel revolves around him making content that only reacts to other people's content or analyzes it. There's no difference between what Jay is...
So here's the thing. The first sentence, entire channel revolves around him making content that only reacts to other people's content / analyzes it. And then contradicts themselves to say there's no difference between what Jay is doing here and what he's complaining about Hassan doing. Hassan doesn't do that. Or at least didn't do that with his video and some other videos that you'll see him react to here. He isn't doing that. That's the thing. You're equating Jay's entire channel to what Hassan is doing, but what Jay's complaining about Hassan doing is not his stuff that people say is his normal stuff, where he watches a video and I guess his meme is pause on Obby, where they say he pauses too much and talks a lot. That's not what Jay is complaining about. What Jay is complaining about is Hassan playing the video when he's gone and or playing the video when he's doing nothing. It's because it's theft, and I think that's what a lot of commenters are not seeing. They're not thinking about it before commenting. And I guess that's why I probably should have left some of these comments out. Some people just don't think before they comment. I know I don't. Well, I normally do. I think more than the average person, I would say, about what I comment, because I know it could come back to haunt me later. Something innocence would require him to delete 90%. No, it wouldn't require him to delete 90% of his channel videos. Because he says you can use people's content as long as you're transforming it, and that's what Jay does in all of his videos. If you've ever seen a Jay video, you know that he does a lot of work to differentiate it.
Doing here, and what he's complaining about his percent of his channel's videos if he was serious about not using other people's content.
What if he had watched, so Jay had watched someone's content and they said, I didn't like the way that you reacted about this.
Like I said before, he wouldn't care.
Lol, just react harder?
Hey, Jay, react harder.
My man.
Oh wait, I just realized why the section's here. I'm so dumb. Mahler is comparing what the streamers are saying to the comments, saying that because she goes, oh, why would you ever bring up these comments to react to them or to beat down those arguments in the comments? Commenters don't know what they're saying, and then showing how what they're saying, what the streamers themselves are saying, is very similar to what the commenters are saying. I figured it out. So that's why he says.
And what?
So he says
Lol.
the react harder
Just react
comments,
harder.
Hey, Jay.
and then
react
shows
harder.
Hassan doing the
Man
exact
said
same thing.
react harder.
You literally said, I don't like the way that you reacted to my content.
There it is.
And he said, okay, you don't like the way that I reacted to your content. That's fine. I won't watch your content anymore. He literally did say react harder. This video
So there you go. So I figured out this section. I feel bad.
was bad.
Because I was just kind of doing my own thing during the whole first. Oh my god, it's only been 5 minutes.
Because you're taking
no.
the criticisms of morons who spend 5 minutes of their life typing a hate comment to you. Okay? You never should take those people fucking seriously.
See, that's why this section's here. You never should take those people seriously, but they say exactly what the comments are saying. There we
What
go.
does take pride in your work mean? I don't know. The fact that you are including a bunch of fucking random comments and being like, whoa, look at how dumb this person is. Oh my god, and look at how dumb my haters are.
If you're gonna criticize someone for reacting, then I will criticize your use of footage that isn't technically yours. So yeah, a lot of the content on my...
As you can see, he makes a lot of this type of content. And if we're going by recommendations here, I love the parody video. I love all of his reviews of the adult TV shows. The Fall Guys video, kind of lame. The Troom and the 5 Minutes Craft videos, hilarious. This one is only if you like YouTube drama. This one's fine. I'm not into Steven Universe, that's why I didn't really care for it. Let me see. And here's another adult TV show that he judges. And then if you like the fall of Doctor Who, if you like Doctor Who and want to see how he thinks it fell, you can watch that. But yeah, he makes a lot of good reviews of cartoons, I will say that. But this type of thing, the Squid Game is Awesome show with great writing, you can find that on most people's channels when it comes to Squid Game. So watch at your own leisure, because I know no one else has done something like this for Doctor Who, or not a lot of people have done anything like this for these shows, or for Troom or 5 Minute Crafts.
My channel is reviews of movies or shows, and I use footage of those movies and shows to show what I'm talking about. Although I don't really feel that I need to explain the kind of thing that I do, because you've been watching it for 30 minutes. And it's distinctly different from just letting someone else's content play as you...
There you go. It's distinctly different. That's... I think there is a place where it blurs a little bit, but people... I think this is a part of the video that they're watching, or that that Denims is watching. So she should understand at that point, when this section comes up, she should understand what he means.
Cook, eat, and occasionally make vague or vacuous comments.
Whoa, look at how dumb this person is. Oh my god, and look at how dumb my haters are. What you were supposed to do was, okay, I want to address like some criticisms that I've seen a lot of.
So without further ado, I'll sit down, pour myself a nice refreshing glass of beans, and go over some of the arguments that are made in favor of this kind of reaction.
So look what she says.
So without further...
What we're supposed to do was, okay, I want to address like some criticisms that I've seen a lot of.
So
and then this section is where he starts the comments.
A nice refreshing glass of beans, and go over some of the arguments that are made in favor of this kind of reaction.
There you
the
go.
First criticism that I get a lot is react harder.
Lol, just react harder.
Hey, Jay, react harder.
My man said react harder.
And it has more to do with the fact that I think that
I think this section was just Mueller having fun. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So this is where I think it came from, but I'm not sure.
Being away from
Let's
the
see.
computer is bad, instead of just react harder.
Summing up the criticism as react harder does make it sound unreasonable.
I just want to see this comment by XQC. Let's see. It's different content in nature. People want to watch. They wouldn't normally watch, and hang out with individuals that they enjoy. It's why watch parties are becoming so successful. But the law's response, stick to drama, please. Incoming, but the laws. Yeah, that's what he should be worried about. Oh, he's joking about it, but it's gonna become reality soon. As soon as Amazon takes notice, they're gonna realize, or as soon as companies that are being taken advantage, because people can be taken advantage of all day long, and Amazon wouldn't do anything about it. But if a company got a hold of Twitch, there'd be a problem. Because you know how like Nintendo took all of their music off of YouTube. Imagine if someone just had a Twitch channel where all they did was played the video game, like the Nintendo video game, but just sit there with a blank screen, like blacking out their screen, but they're playing the game, but they black out their screen with the music playing in a certain section. Then I think Nintendo would finally take notice at some point and go, "Oh wait, people are doing this on Twitch. We're gonna start shutting things down," and then Amazon has to overreact and get rid of everybody's content of playing Nintendo games. And it would suck for everybody, not just for the big streamers like XQC. I think that's just something they don't realize, that they're not hurting. They're hurting smaller Twitch creators, not just smaller YouTube creators.
Because saying react harder would be unreasonable. But something.
Oh, and what I'm eating here is I went to a breakfast place and they gave me a big bucket of melon pieces. So I have honeydew and cantaloupe, which I don't really like, but they're healthy, so I'm eating them.
It up as contribute something would be a lot more accurate.
My man said
contribute something, man. Make your reaction stream a meaningfully different experience to watching the original video. It's
Thank you, Mauler. I think this is Mauler making the edit, because she keeps on saying, "Oh, that's literally what Jay is saying. React harder." But here,
something.
So here's the edit. Hey, come on,
my man
play
said
it.
Contribute something.
My man said, instead of react harder,
Man,
contribute
make your
something.
reaction stream a meaningfully different experience to watching the original video. It's not just a matter of react harder.
There we go.
Instead of like posting a bunch of like random YouTube comments, straw manning the arguments.
But he's not strawmanning the arguments, because that's exactly what you're saying. Just in case anybody sees this later on my YouTube, that's what you're saying, Denim. Just to put it into perspective.
And then trying to like look smart because of it. It's fucking stupid. You're like bad faithing like hardcore.
How is it bad faithing if you're saying it?
React harder.
my man said react harder.
He literally did say react harder.
There you go.
What does take pride in your work mean? I don't know. And it was evident.
Mauler, don't poke fun at that line. She doesn't know. It's fine.
The moment that like Hassan said that like it's possible this person has a disability.
She doesn't think that her work is meaningful.
Instead of saying like, oh, like this could be true, you make fun of him for it or something, like, which is very strange and also like low-key kind of ableist of you.
I feel like it's
So back to the old comment about spoons and such.
it's gotta be like it's gotta be, I don't know, like someone who has a disability or something, right? Like it doesn't make any sense.
I'm not sure what part of this messy weird.
Okay. I don't need to hear
which
this
is very
joke
strange,
again.
and also like low-key kind of ableist.
I don't care.
Feel a certain-
Sorry.
You bitch.
Oh wait.
What the fuck do you mean?
Seriously, because people like people who are good faith and genuinely feel a certain way.
Okay, so people like people who are good faith. And here's the issue. None of these streamers have been good faith with Jay's criticisms. That's I think the reason I'm making this type of stuff. This reaction is because I feel like they're not being good faith, and they need to understand what the points are and not just attack a straw man. Because they use all the debate terms like good faith, or I don't think that's really a debate term. It'd be more like straw man or ad hominem and stuff like that. They use debate terms to just throw them out there and hope they stick. at Jay's argument when none of that really lands. It's a little irritating because it's like pseudo intellectual almost, where they think that because they know the word means they know how to use it. Like people saying zeitgeist without knowing what it means, which I don't, so that's why I would never use it in a sentence where I'm trying to be profound. I think zeitgeist is probably, isn't it like the culture around something specifically? Like it's a very specific culture, like a subculture almost. So you'd have, I mean, I could look it up. Let me see. I'm going to look up the definition of zeitgeist just so we actually know it. Zeitgeist. The defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history as shown by the ideas and beliefs of the time. Oh. So it'd be the zeitgeist of the Twitch, of the start of just chatting, as in like the period of, yeah, it's a particular period of history. So you could say the 2010s of Twitch, or the 2020s, because we're in the 2020s. They're contributing negatively to the Twitch, the zeitgeist of Twitch's 2020s. That's the best explanation I can give. I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly still.
What the fuck do you mean? I'm literally gonna do exactly what I've been doing, which is whatever the fuck I want to do, bitch. What are you talking about?
You couldn't really ask for a more explicit declaration that he's not going to change the way he does things.
Yeah, and that's what Jay's been asking. So what? Let's see how she reacts to this.
You can't listen to chat. Chat doesn't even know what the fuck they want, okay? I don't mean to be mean to chat.
But why does that come up? She should be listening to exactly what he's saying. This is in the later part of the video. She should... Wait, this is past the point where he talks about it's not just simply react harder, it's contribute. She's 13 minutes past it. It means that she just didn't absorb it.
Chat does not know what they want.
What he's not apologized for is what he's doing, which is the actual thing that I took issue with in the first place, and is something that he spends most of his stream arguing in favor of. A lot of the arguments he
Dude,
makes...
holy fuck. If the video was actually just this last 2 minutes, it would have been...
favor of. A lot of the is the actual thing that I took issue with in the first place, and is something that he spends most of his stream arguing in favor of.
Yeah, well, this is where Jay is saying that Hassan is misunderstanding the point, and then arguing against something that Jay didn't say. And I guess she's supporting Jay in that. So that's a plus for her.
Holy fuck. If the video was actually just this last 2 minutes, it would have been so good. Because this is a genuinely good criticism, which is I'm not asking you to apologize to me. I'm asking you to apologize to the people that like you do this to, and that you shouldn't do this to them anymore. You shouldn't just...
Yeah. That you shouldn't do it anymore.
Assume someone is okay with their content being used as filler.
He said that at the beginning of his video.
If a part of your work relies on you uploading other people's content, then you better make sure that's not all you're doing. Otherwise, you're just re-uploading other people's content.
There you go. So it's a less explicit way of requesting that. So I guess that's what she means. She wants a more explicit version of that. Which, yes, I would agree on that point. But that section is a conclusion section, so you want to be as explicit as possible in the conclusion.
Unless you have explicit permission to use something as filler content.
It's fine to do that.
Yeah, there is.
Video, but instead he spent fucking 40 minutes talking about a bunch of nonsense, looping over and over again instead of like this really good criticism. And it's like, I would not watch this video if I wasn't trying to actively look for it and actively watch and actively try and find the message of this video. I wouldn't have even fucking seen this.
Well, glad she actually saw something. She missed the period at the 30-minute mark or 32-minute mark where he actually said it's not about react harder. Or she didn't react to it, otherwise it would have been in this compilation. Unless Mahler is taking the piss.
Perspective.
These motherfuckers are like a peanut bottle, dude. It just feels like it's on one.
Mahler being the one who edited this compilation that I'm
to
watching.
not be streaming anymore, but didn't want to lose those stream dollars. Like outside of the camera being on him, how is it any different than him just watching a YouTube video off stream? It just rubs me the wrong way. Like, how do you think of your viewers to just stream your break? Dude, what am I supposed to do? Die? Like,
I love that line so much. It's the how do you think of your viewers that you just stream your break?
Like, how do you think of your viewers to just stream your break?
And his reaction is, what do I
Dude,
just
what am
do?
I supposed to
Die?
do? Die? Like, I don't understand.
Hassan reacts to someone's suggestion that he
To die. Well, listen, this is silly. Hassan is just not good at making arguments because he's
Well, there you go. Thank you for saying
not a
that.
debate bro. Hassan, the only statement that he should have said there is, I lose viewers when I leave and I don't put anything to play.
That means they don't want to wait for you. Or they're not willing to support you unless you're actually doing the content. So I'm fine with that. If people left during my breaks and I was one who just left the stream on during the break and left the room and people didn't stay, I'm fine with that because they'll come back if they actually like my content.
So I'm incentivized to put something to play when I leave. Chat doesn't even know what the fuck they want. Okay, I don't mean to be mean to chat.
Oh, this is another hypocrisy, I guess. I lose viewers
when I leave and I don't put anything to play.
Play for chat. So then
I'm incentivized to put something to play when I leave.
So then this is chat doesn't know what they want. So it's pointing out that they know that chat they simultaneously think that chat is dumb, but also chat wants a video. So you have to put the video on.
Chat doesn't even know what the fuck they want.
Content creators on YouTube and all around don't give a shit if you watch their videos or they like it. They literally like it. They want you to watch their videos.
Please record your answer and send it to me. Would you be okay with it if a streamer played one of your videos in full on their stream without saying much or really adding anything?
No.
Fuck no.
No, I would not.
Yes.
No. Well, I mean, I could kind of do with it. Are they willing to pay?
No, I don't think I would be okay with the streamer playing one of my videos in its entirety without even really adding to it.
If they give me a shout out and try to send people my way, then sure, but otherwise...
We're really doing anecdotes?
Yes! Because the reason that he's doing the anecdotes is because the thing that Hassan literally said is most streamers don't, or most YouTubers don't care if you watch it, actually like it. So this is an example of all the people that he asked, because he asked as many people as he possibly could.
Most other content creators on YouTube and all around don't give a shit if you watch their videos or they like it. They literally like it. They want you to watch their videos.
That's what we're doing now. You're going to ask your friends questions.
Thank you, Mauler, for the
also,
re-emphasis.
who Omega Lol? Like,
I don't know who Omega Lol is. It's another. Feels like another. Just bad off criticism. Bad off opinions. You just any opinion from someone that you don't know. It's nothing. It feels like another React Harder thing where it's just a meme that people use, or cope, a meme that people just use to stop the argument right there. Stupid.
Yeah, seriously.
And this whole repetitive cycle of drama on YouTube would grind to a halt, and I'd have to fill the rest of my days with anything else, like work.
Probably yes, if they were to credit me.
That person is based. It was like a biased question or whatever.
True.
Randomly selected from people I have open DMs with. Yeah, and also it's kind of silly because it's like obviously you're gonna like your friends are probably gonna have similar opinions to you for stuff.
But that's not true. If you watch that section of the video, and so go if you want to go watch that part of Jay's video. It's in the you can see it's near the 50-minute section. A lot of people didn't agree entirely with Jay's opinion on. Like, not everybody had the same straight up no. So for her to say that it's obviously biased is, she said that, oh, obviously since you're friends with them, you're going to have same opinions. No, I have very different opinions from my friends. Who has friends who are all homogenous? That means you only have friends from one certain crowd, and you also you're sheep. I mean, you're all sheep together, but you all listen to the same things and don't think for yourselves if you are homogenous with your friends in your opinions. I mean, it makes no sense to say that obviously you'll have same opinions as your friends. So in some points, yeah, that's why you're friends, but not on all points. Like the reason that Jay is friends with all these people is because he makes content with them. Not because he agrees with them.
Starters, okay? Second of all, what is it called? The anecdote seems valid in this case in different types of channels, so what would you prefer? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a leading question. The question should have been, in what circumstances would you be okay with a streamer watching your content?
But then if the question's too open-ended, though, the answers can also be too open-ended. So in what circumstances? There's too many different things you can say. And the way Jay phrased his question is a yes or no answer, or with some caveats. You can give caveats, and that he's fine with that. I appreciate a yes or no question because it's easier to do data analysis on that, just because I studied science and psychology and social science. You can't do open-ended questions like that because you can't do analysis on that. That's more anecdotal than just saying yes or no. It's more like research once you actually get the yes or no. But it's more anecdotal if you just give them open-ended answers.
That would have been a non-leading question. That you would have actually had people be able to answer completely in their entirety.
Which is a show.
Dude, I watched Smiling Friends, the first episode. I really didn't like it.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think...
I like the edit. That's just a little mean. Because it's the lost cause.
This guy's a lost cause.
Yeah. I watched this episode with my brother because he was really excited to show me this show. And I watched the first episode. It's a guy who's depressed. And they're talking aside.
Wow. God damn, that took forever. Oh my god. I low-key want to make a video on.
Well, I'm proud of her for getting through 56 minutes in one stream. That's great. Because I've only gotten through an hour and 37 and on my fourth separate stream. So I don't know if that's more time or not, but proud of her for actually commenting.
Your major problem with this is you spend fucking 30 minutes like jerking off about like something completely unrelated to like the actual substance of the video, and then
it's not unrelated.
At the very end, you finally get
it's evidence.
The good stuff.
You're not paying attention. You keep on talking about essay format, but you're not focusing on the evidence part, which is the most important part.
Actually, let's do a poll right now, chat.
Talking about biased results and then talks with her chat that all
do a poll.
Agree with her or get banned.
Would you have watched this video if I hadn't streamed it? Obviously,
You could just give them the link. You could say, hey, go watch this video. That's another part where people probably wouldn't have watched it without being suggested or being told to go watch it by their favorite streamer. I just realized that I haven't been linking this video in the chat, which is why I've been saying repeatedly on all of my things is that this is a compilation made by Mauler on the Mueller channel that is all about Denims, Hassan, and All Relevant. And you can see at the top, I'm doing this over and over so you can see the title. I can move the mouse and you can see the title at all times. And it's Mueller, M-O-O-L-E-R. Like a cow. There's a reason I'm linking a lot. I'm putting effort because I don't want to be considered a thief. I like my image. I like my online image. It's of a pretty chill person, but who can get irritated sometimes or frustrated when I hear people being dumb for too long. Or not being dumb, saying dumb things.
Primed you guys and stuff, so like there is that one problem.
I know I primed you guys, so there is that one problem. Yeah, she knows. So she knows.
They're going to Twitch because they want a curator. They don't want to watch videos. They want to watch someone curate videos for them. So they probably don't even get most of their content off of YouTube, right? I imagine most of the people who love watching Hassan and watch Hassan for multiple hours a day don't, when when Hassan ends stream or Hassan hasn't started stream yet, they don't go to YouTube and try and pick out videos that they think Hassan might watch. They just go watch other Twitch streamers who do the same.
I mean, there are plenty of people who do that. Because there's an example of the comment that says that that Jay's video was literally suggested in the comments. So there are some people that watch YouTube and then suggest it for Hassan. So for her to say that none of them do that, it goes against a comment that she directly read in the example.
Same thing. Personally, I'm still a huge YouTube watcher. You can see it's in my title. I'm going to talk to the person who made that Hassan rant video.
Ooh. So I think this is the next day, and she's talking about how she will talk with Jay. And let's see how she changes her
the reaction content video,
or whether she does or
talk
not.
To him, and I'm gonna be like, I want to talk, I want to chat, I want to do the thing, and I think Chud's gonna like host it or something.
Oh, so here's the edit. Time to experience a Denims stream. I'm prepared. I've experienced it, but I think you guys need to experience it. This is way more than double speed.
Oh, this is a new one.
That's her commentary. I love it. Congratulations. I think there's a reason why now when I see this type of stuff, I realize there's a reason why they take so much offense to people saying they don't care about their work. And it's because they don't, and they don't want to accept that. Or it seems like they don't. I won't say for sure because I don't know them personally. But it seems like they don't care if they're doing this type of stuff during a stream.
That's true. I really got to make sure I'm giving a lot of commentary because Jay could be watching right now.
Only cares if someone's watching her. Oh, great.
Right now.
Literally gets up. Nice. Well, it's during the intro, so I guess it's not as bad. Oh, let's do some fun. Panyo, it's time to wake up. You've been asleep all day. I'm gonna do the same thing as her. I'm gonna get my kitty. We're gonna react. Don't move. Don't move.
I know, such a Chad move to talk about Jay on a React content day. I know. No, look, I'm adding quality.
Wait, it's so weird to talk about Jay on a React content day. I'm sorry, Panya. I don't think she wants to be held up. Unless it's leaning against me in some way. Are you okay, Panya? Okay. Oh, no, I don't think she wants to. We'll just hold her like this for a little bit. Because if she goes backwards, she's not comfortable. What's wrong? What's wrong? Want to go back in your spot? I think she wants to go back in her spot. Sorry. I tried, but she's not with it today.
In content. Because I'm playing with Wormy.
She has not been sleeping at night. It's been very irritating. She'll be itching and scratching things in my room all night. All the hair.
Jay literally made you.
Fun.
Didn't they already do the challenge where they feed a bunch of people?
I'm assuming that's what a cook should be doing if they're in a kitchen. Like a restaurant kitchen, you should be feeding a lot of people anyway. Although, if they do multiple of the same challenge, I can see why she'd be confused.
Oh, bye, B-Beard. Didn't they already do the challenge where they feed a bunch of people? Oh!
I'm just surprised at how fast the video is playing at, with how little commentary there is.
Well, different
I want to know what speed it's playing at though, because I'm not sure.
Chef speed judging.
I don't want to judge too hard if it's at like 1.5 speed, but it sounds like it's 2. Let me see if I 2.0 her speech. Does it sound similar? Let's see. 2.0.
They made you.
Wait.
Didn't they already do the challenge where they feed a bunch of people? All by people.
No, I think it's faster than 2.0 because unless she just speaks really slowly. That's significant. If
Didn't
it's 2.0 speed and she
challenge
doesn't
where
say
they
that
feed a
much.
bunch of people?
Because I'm going by the 2.0 standard. That was 10 seconds of no speech. Times 2, which would be 20. 20 seconds of no speech is, I guess, a little less fine. But it's not that
Will
bad.
different chefs be judging different foods or something? Oh yeah, it's table side. I'm so piggy.
I guess I just don't know a lot about Twitch meme culture. Can't really comment on that.
What?
The judges love me. It was amazing.
Why are they watching her? See, this is where I'm confused now. Why are they watching her? Because I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Mauler, why'd you have to put this part in the compilation? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see her sitting here. Well, yeah, I know why he put it here. It's just so we have evidence of what her streams are like. But this is. It's just going to be a lot of me staring at sped up content and then her saying like 3 words and then back to the sped up content.
Wait, what? What? Why would you be like, I have hives everywhere and I was so itchy?
That sounds like an NPC line, actually. I'll agree with her. It's, why would you say I have hives and I'm so itchy? It's hives come with the itch. You don't need to express that.
Okay.
It's probably because someone was allergic to something they were eating, which I would expect her to comment on. Or maybe the show commented on, I don't know.
Oh, she got some laughs, dude. Okay. Okay. I think I'm rooting the most for Ryan right now.
It's just like something, it still feels like something you shouldn't be making money off of, though. Because you're just watching a show. You can make comments with people on a show in real life, too, or on a watch party. I'm not sure.
Oh, what?
15 seconds to go.
She actually gave them shots. They were like, yeah, I can go for some shots.
I mean, any restaurant that's nice will have some good alcohol to go with their food, right? I know that a lot of food is cooked with alcohol. I've made shrimp with a nice white wine before. Very good. A lot better than any shrimp I've had before. And it was homemade. I was very excited. Oh, because I went on a vacation where I went wine tasting for the first time ever. I don't like alcohol, so I just took a small sip of the person I was with's wine. And it was very... I don't like wine. This was decent. It was a decent wine. At least for me. And then we bought a bottle. We bought a bottle, we took it back to the place we were staying, and we just cooked some shrimp. Because it seemed like a really good idea to cook with some rice, shrimp, and the... What else did we have? I think it was kimchi. We got some kimchi. But the kimchi tasted like trash. It was horrible. Because you know how kimchi is supposed to have that sour but spicy taste? This just tasted like a pickle. Like this kimchi tasted like a pickle, and that just shows that they failed. They failed the kimchi.
Where's chat's shots, Denims? You're not gonna offer any shots to chat, huh? Huh? Also, the way they drank that tequila like it was water, bro. That shit, tequila is like. Just thinking about it like activates my gag reflex, dude.
Then she probably hasn't had good tequila. Because depending on where you get tequila, there's a good tequila will not burn like it's supposed to. Like people expect it to, or like what they do in the movies. Because when you go partying, you usually get a lot of cheap drinks. So people are used to cheap tequila, but if you go directly down to Mexico and get some good tequila, apparently it goes down smooth. I'm not sure because I've never had tequila, but by someone's anecdote, I can't remember. I think it was a documentary on how tequila's made, but talking about how people who usually have a burning sensation after drinking tequila it's not that they're inexperienced drinking tequila, it's that they're drinking bad tequila. So she needs to get with it. Watch some documentaries on tequila.
Dude.
See, right now I'm just wondering what she's thinking. She's going through a whole section of the show, and she's just sitting there eating her chips. I've been eating melon this entire time, and I've still taken time out to talk. I just want to know what she's thinking. This show seems interesting.
Are straight women okay? That guy just looks like an average dude.
What?
That was just an average looking dude.
I guess
simping so hard, dude.
Oh. Okay, I guess that people were treating the guy very well or something. She's making fun of their preferences. People have their preferences, Denims. You gotta. Come on. I know plenty of people who like shorter men. Or like more feminine looking men. Or butt ugly men, because that makes them feel better. There's a lot of preferences out there, so don't knock anybody's preferences. Not nice.
Bro, no. No.
Why are you leaning so far into the mic? I don't want to hear that.
Why was that guy like talking as if he was posting on Twitter?
I think she needs a better mic. Because that's a good mic, but she should increase the sensitivity because she has to get way too close, and then you can hear everything. I know I say I don't talk about this stuff, but this is where it's necessary. This is all you hear from her, at least, because she decides not to talk most of the time. So the only time she will talk is when she's like, oh yeah, I have to talk. Gets close to the mic, and then you can hear all that. It's kind of irritating. I'm just hearing a lot of and I don't want to hear that. Because I know she's drinking something. I don't want to hear your drink.
My keyboard is off. Let me see. This guy who's like super mad. This guy?
I don't want to. I'm tired of this.
He has like the Twitter energy where it's like, I like pan. When I rock doesn't have finesse. It's like, what? I mean, no, that's not what I.
irritating me. I don't want to see it. Oh my
right back,
god.
All right.
Oh wait.
So I'll be right back.
Here's her break. Here's her break. And she puts on a video about the history of Pixar and film or something. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh my god. This is insane. See, this is why.
At the same time.
You weren't. Oh, I don't know how Hassan does it where he watches the videos on his phone.
She doesn't even care. She's only referencing the fact that Hassan says that he watches it on his phone while he's getting up to do his breaks so that he can come back and give commentary, which I doubt. But if he is, then he has a lot less commentary to give than I thought. Anyo, you got hair all over me. I mean, that's actually my fault. I
When
shouldn't
he's
blame her.
gone, I do not do that shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest, I do not do that shit. That is smart, though. That is smart. I should start pretending like I do that, or actually start doing it, dude.
What seemed to be
Denims.
Wait. What did she just say?
I should start pretending like
I should start pretending like I do that? I mean, actually doing
or
that?
actually start doing it, dude.
Oh, so she thinks that watching the video while you're walking away on your phone absolves you of the criticism that you shouldn't be walking away while a video's playing. Love it.
Dude.
Love it.
Seemed to be
Denims, next time, can you please just end the stream? Can you please just end the stream?
their most powerful moment.
And she's gonna talk to Jay in a few minutes.
It looks
What
like
is
we're going to
her-
have quite a friendly conversation, which is a bit of a change of pace
Oh yeah, so she's on someone else's stream where they're gonna debate.
for this channel, so that's good.
This is the first time I'd seen someone leave during a React stream, and that was crazy to me, having seen, like, having never seen that before. I was like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah. No, I completely understand, and I'm very.
Completely understand? Then why'd you just do it? You did it like an hour earlier.
Position
Oh
and
my
stuff.
god.
Like, I understand why you had the position that you did.
Kidding me?
He doesn't give a shit about even pretending that he's contributing anything here. But even when he's in the room, he's no stranger to just streaming other people's content with his own face in the corner. Now, any content creator he does this to could be entirely okay with it, but I know from personal experience that he definitely doesn't bother to check.
Yeah.
Now, this certainly isn't the only thing he does. Hell, it's not
So, Mahler, you don't need to play the whole
finish
clip
his
again.
point before I go any further, because
I guess this is from last
This is coming
stream,
off
but
really
still.
salty. I'm waiting for him to finish his point before I go any further, because I have so many opinions and I'm trying to hold them so he can finish his point. Because I am mulch and coping and mulch and cope and mulch. No, I completely understand, and I'm very sympathetic to your position and stuff. Like, I understand why you had the position that you did. I think we
So it's yeah. I don't remember this part as well as I do the other parts, but I know that I'm pretty sure that she pretty much caves to everything that Jay says, and then proceeds to make a YouTube video where she says the exact opposite within the next week.
agree on the
or
positions, 'cause,
I guess
like,
within the
I
next
think
month or so. I don't actually
you
know
were
how
talking
long it
about
was.
the
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I honestly, I thought maybe there would be more flashback. Even the video, like, by the time I finished the video, I was like, huh, like, I should really be more careful, and, like, I should...
No, you weren't! Wait!
Try not to watch content on my stream as filler content.
You did it! I mean, if she did that off stream, good on her, where she thought about how her content was, but that's not what she displayed to her chat. What she displayed to her chat is that she didn't care about a single thing that Jay said.
You know what I mean?
Or only cared about the final point that Jay said, but still didn't take it into account the next day when she was streaming Top Chef.
So I think that it was...
Or Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen.
Wow. Wow. God damn, that took forever. Oh my god. Did you enjoy that video? Denims, don't skip the credits! Denims, you're skipping the credits! Wow! Wow, you're literally skipping the credits. Well, now that I don't have to watch that video on their YouTube channel, way to steal their views. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I stole 400 views from them. Now, instead of having 50,000 views, they're only going to have 49,000.
I mean, if you want to actually listen to what Jay said instead of listening to her bad understanding of it, then yeah, you should go watch his video instead. So she isn't stealing 400 because her take on it was.
I'm a fucking monster. They didn't put their channel name on screen. Put it on screen.
I mean, that's what you should do.
Show the channel name, Denims.
Show the channel name.
Dude, I low-key want to make a video on this. Even the video, like, by the time I finished the video, I was like, like, I should really be more careful and, like,
yeah, because that's how she was at the end of the video, and then this is the debate the next day.
Try not to watch content.
Or, I don't know if it's the next day, actually. I don't know for sure. I just know that this is a little time later.
On my stream is filler content. You know what I mean?
I should see whether or not this is the next day or not.
So
because that would be important to know. To see if she went back on her statement immediately or just took the time to think about it.
I'm glad to hear it. One argument that Hassan makes, and I don't want you to answer for Hassan's points, but it's just interesting just to, generate a bit of chat about it, hopefully. But like this idea that someone streams for a long time in a day, therefore they're justified in using filler content. Like what are our thoughts on that sort of point?
That's stupid. It's dumb. Streamers are not incentivized to pause the videos while they're gone. Because when you fucking leave your computer, you can see any big streamer talk about this. Amaranth has talked about this. Hassan has talked about this. I can tell you from personal experience this is true. When you
wait, so
stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah, that's stupid. And then this is what she's saying during the entire video.
When you pause the video, literally I have had times where I pause the video longer than fucking 5 minutes to go get
Thank you.
a quarter of that. It doesn't really.
I've seen this smaller.
Like ad block for YouTubers.
If you want to watch this part, you can go watch the compilation yourself. Or watch my previous 2 VODs of this. I haven't posted the videos on YouTube of me covering these until... I don't want to do that until I finish the whole thing. So I'll have all the recordings in a playlist. So you can just go straight through them if you want.
On that sort of point.
That's stupid. It's dumb. This is still like people's like income or whatever. Like this is still people's like jobs or whatever. It's like the equivalent of like, like ad block for YouTubers. You know what I mean? I've taken like polls in my community and like the majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever.
Oh, come on, Mahler. Don't use the intro to the show. Because she only left during the intro. That's not that good of an example. Yeah, she comes back right here.
It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people, right?
Look, you can see the look on Jay's face. Oh wait, no, you can't because I'm covering it.
And actually, this
wait.
Watch show.
I need to see on my stream. Oh my god, I'm actually covering him directly. I'm moving my face over to the other side just for a little bit. So we could see Jay's reaction to her saying all this.
With your
so, wait, where is it?
Right, and actually, it's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with.
You see the tightening lips and then the
other people, right? And actually, this is I think maybe my only disagreement that you had, Jay. So maybe we'll get a little bit of blood sports. I don't think people would watch. I don't think you're missing viewership because a streamer streams it, especially when it's like I tried to do some polling
because I think what Jay's response here would be was that it doesn't matter if he misses viewership because someone could be missing viewership, but the more important part is that it's not your content, so you shouldn't be doing that in the first place. It's a moral thing as well as a legal thing.
To the best of my ability, obviously, because I only have like whatever small audience and I only have so many people that I can poll. So sample size is a little fucked. But I think when it comes to streamers on Twitch, a lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos. Okay. And they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos.
I mean, you can say that. But if you really wanted to be a curator, you could just post a playlist on your YouTube channel of things that you like. Or you could watch it with them on your Discord, but it's not content if you're just watching it together.
They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating.
It was that me or the...
They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like...
Okay, I thought that was one of my disconnection sounds, but it's from the video.
This streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch.
So like the YouTube algorithm, right? You know what that like the whole point of it is that it puts like YouTube videos on your homepage that you're going to enjoy.
Yeah, so this is where Jay talks about this.
So what's the difference there? What is that Twitch streamer providing that the audience member couldn't get for themselves by literally just going to YouTube and clicking the videos that appeal to them?
So I agree with this opinion. I thought it was actually really funny.
Wait, but she said something opposite. Why would you agree then? Because she's saying that they wouldn't ever find it unless they were going to the Twitch streamer that curates it for them. But then Jay said the complete opposite, saying, well, what, or not the opposite, but just saying, but what couldn't you find? God, I tore off a piece of my nail and it hurts. But Jay says the opposite. No, I don't know why I said it again. He says a different thing where he just says, but what's the difference between a recommended page that they can curate by clicking on the things that they enjoy, or then what's the difference between that and the curator Twitch streamer?
Because you were about to say, like, you were about to give the video games example and explain why, and I'd already said it on my stream. Because when a streamer is playing a video game, you still have the ability to play the game yourself, and video games are not necessarily always linear, and there's lots of stuff that you can do yourself. And then there's also the aspect of like skill, and so video games I think are great or whatever. But I think the more important part or whatever was the like.
You stop saying or whatever. It makes you feel. It makes me feel like whenever someone says or whatever, or who cares, it makes me feel like you're not taking your words seriously. So I don't know what you mean or what you're thinking is a joke. So just if you viewer ever feel like you're not getting your point across, cut out a lot of the words that are filler words like or whatever. Because I can't understand your point if or whatever is your every fifth word.
Great or whatever. But
I paused at the worst point.
I think the more important part or whatever was like you can't, there's no point of watching something a second time. You already watched it.
It's a really great. Wait, I don't know what you mean. Wait, there's no point in watching something a second time? Yeah. You could watch things multiple times. I've watched this compilation at least 3 times. Because I wanted to torture myself. I've done that before where I've watched a show that makes me depressed or upset, and I'll do it just because I want to intentionally be upset again. Oh my god. I'm just squirming in my chair right now. I don't want to sit here anymore. As soon as this debate's done, I'll move my face back to where it's supposed to be.
Maybe like.
But I refuse to move. That thing that's hanging around Jay because too much work. I'm lazy.
If you're watching it with some other people or something, or it's been a long time, you might rewatch the video. But once you watch.
Yeah. Wait. She said there's no point in rewatching it, but she said that people rewatch it all the time.
The video one place, watching something a second time. You already watched it. Maybe if you're watching it with some other people or something, or it's been a long time.
Yes, there we go. But yeah, you are rewatching it with other people.
You might rewatch the video, but once you.
Or maybe when you're sharing a video with a friend, if you think a video's funny.
You watch the video one place, it's pretty unlikely.
And then why would you ever want a DVD of a movie? Why is a DVD a thing? Why is downloading a movie or buying a movie a thing if you don't want to watch things multiple times? It's a stupid argument to say that there's no point in watching something a second time.
You're going to go back and watch it again. So I understand this perspective. I think that, and this is just my opinion, I think that like people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch, aren't necessarily people that would be watching content on YouTube.
Well, yeah, that's true. They aren't necessarily people who'd be watching that type of content on YouTube. It's just like with people talking about the hot tub meta, the people watching all these hot tub streamers are not necessarily the people that would be watching a guy playing a video game on their stream. So the hot tub streamers aren't necessarily taking away from the gaming streamers. I can see her point there, but there's more to it than
I almost think if Hassan streamed on YouTube, I would agree with you. It's possible that
so she's saying cross-platform, it doesn't matter. Oh, but it does. It does, though. I can assure you almost everybody who watches Twitch also watches YouTube videos. I mean, I don't do it in the other way around because I find a lot of the downtime or dead space in Twitch video or in Twitch streams to be a little boring. But that's just me. So it's a matter of opinion at that point. But I know for sure that people will if people enjoy Twitch content, they will enjoy the YouTube content too. There's a reason why a lot of Twitch streamers have a YouTube channel at the same time that is very successful or nearly as successful as their Twitch.
Hassan watching my content hurt me, and it's possible that like I've missed out on this or whatever. I just disagree. I think I don't think that you're. I don't think that, and maybe this is my opinion because I'm a React streamer or whatever. But
the problem is she's not. I think she's only watched that one video from Jay, because I don't think she realizes what his content is.
I'm not sure. I can only go based on the polls that I took. It doesn't feel like people who watch content on Twitch necessarily would watch that content on YouTube. Personally, I'm still a huge YouTube watcher.
Thank you for that example, because it's not just me then.
I just don't. I disagree with your opinion on this, but I don't.
What part of that do you disagree with? Because I feel like I just went through it all like step by step.
Well, what part do you think that I am missing? That is.
Because she's saying I disagree, and he goes, but what part of it do you disagree with? And then she's going, what part do you think I'm missing? He's asking you something because he doesn't know what you mean. And then she's asking him to clarify the phrase. Essentially, I don't know what you mean.
Is valid.
Well, because I just went through, like, I lined out the argument from like A to B to C to D. And then all you said was just like your opinion is the opposite. I don't.
Yeah, that's
if there's
kind of
overlap and they catch it on the streamer's channel first before they catch the actual YouTube video, then they're probably not going to watch the YouTube video, right?
Sure, but I already agreed with this.
But then she should see the problem. If they catch it on the streamer first, if they catch it on the stream first and not the YouTube channel, then there's the problem, and if she agrees, then there's a problem.
I just don't know if Hassan freebooting my work even impacted.
I think she's considering both perspectives at the same time. She's considering, because I don't think she's separating what Jay is separating, because Jay is separating the curator idea that she has from the, oh, people are watching my stuff on the stream, meaning they won't watch it on YouTube. Because that is one of Jay's problems with this type of content, right? If you watch it on the stream, you won't necessarily watch it on YouTube. So, but she is saying that as a point of, oh, it's inevitable, while he's saying, oh no, it's a problem.
negatively, and if it did, I don't know how severely. I just don't have access to that kind of information. But what
How would it impact you negatively?
And there's the comment that Mahler's probably making with the edit, is that how would it impact you negatively? But she agrees, if you watch it on the stream, you won't watch it on YouTube.
The fuck? Sure,
The-
but I already agreed with this. Huh? If you're on Twitch, see, here's my point.
It's been an hour and a half, and I want to die. I mean, not as bad as last stream. I think the first 2 sections were a lot worse than this. Even though this is pretty bad. There's a lot less said here that's completely out of base.
Point about like how like I think YouTube reacts to YouTube content is probably, it can be negative, but like if you're already on Twitch, you're not even on YouTube. You know what I mean? So you were never gonna watch that video.
It doesn't mean you were never going to watch the video. It just means that you aren't going to watch it now because you watched it on Twitch first.
Like the people who are watching,
and especially if there's no transforming of that content on the Twitch channel, then you have a problem. You have a problem there because you're not transforming it, and you're actually at that point stealing the view.
watching Hassan watch videos would have never found those videos otherwise.
And once again, the problem, I've said this in the previous one, but the problem with that statement is Jay's video hit the algorithm in a very solid way where people who'd never watched this type of his content watched Jay's video. It was a very popular video. To the point where people started copying that. So even in that statement, it's incorrect in this specific example.
Sure, but I already agreed with this.
Okay, then I'm confused because I it sounded to me like you were saying the opposite.
A lot of the time, the reason that they go and watch React streamers is because they don't want to have to do the effort of going and scrolling through YouTube and clicking.
The effort. The effort is literally just a mouse going like this and clicking it. Wait, am I in I'm in studio mode. Or am I in full screen? Oh no, I am in full screen. Why can't you wait, did they just add this recently where you can scroll while in full screen mode? Because I've never seen this. This is cool.
On recommendeds, they want a streamer who
Effort.
yeah, like I mean, have you ever scrolled through YouTube for a while and not found a single video that you want to watch?
Really?
No, I this is where Jay doesn't see it. I've done that before. I've watched too much YouTube in a row and had nothing I wanted to watch because it all seemed uninteresting. Or sometimes a lot of times YouTube will suggest the same video to me over and over. Or playlists that I don't want to see. So at that point I can see what she means. But that's if someone's watching too much YouTube. But in her statement, she's saying that they're not on YouTube, they're on Twitch. So she's saying that they wouldn't, that they're not YouTube watchers, so they would have stuff in the recommended that they would want to watch because they haven't watched it all yet. There's her issue. She's again seeing both sides, but not seeing one is dumb and one is correct. She's not seeing that both her points contradict each other. Because saying that they don't watch YouTube or that they don't have enough good recommended because they've been watching too much YouTube, you can't say both. Because if you don't watch enough YouTube because you're on Twitch, then you have stuff in your recommended that you would want to watch. Unless your recommended is just trash. That means you just have bad taste in YouTube. Or you just like really short videos and that's a you problem. I personally like a lot of longer videos and I still run out of stuff. So I can't really agree with anything she says there. She's contradicting herself within the same debate.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, thank you both for coming on. Don't worry about this fact it's not blood sports, I'm sure.
Abandon this video, it's trashed. This is like not good, dude. This is not good. And so yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think it was a very controversial opinion.
People had a good time anyway, okay? And I'm gonna bounce. I'll catch you all later, okay?
All right, bye.
Hey, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I think he seemed to get a little bit lost in the sauce on my statement about curating.
I mean, because it contradicted itself. That's why he would get lost in the sauce.
The reason I know this information is because for a while I literally didn't understand why people watched me. Like I literally didn't understand it. You know what I mean? Like I'm very hard on myself and very hard on my content.
Hey, so she does know what taking pride in your work is, because that is essentially an element of taking pride in your work is being hard on your content.
I literally didn't understand why people watched. What does take pride in your work mean? I don't know.
She knows.
But anyways, yeah.
Well, there's no need to put that in there. She knows.
Cool. I'm probably gonna make a video about
that.
that.
What's crazy is that Mahler and friends at the EFAP crew, they took this section all the way to here in one stream. So they took, what is it, 43 minutes to hours. So it's 1 hour and 40 minutes straight of this. I wouldn't be able to do it.
It's like way more compact because I actually have a lot of opinions about it. And I feel a lot more like cool about making the video knowing that he agrees with me on so many of the opinions. Also,
he doesn't, but he doesn't. No, he's saying he agrees with you, but says that they are bad rather than they are good, like you think they are. But what he's saying, I think all she needs to do is not even watch my coverage of this, because I feel like I've emphasized too much and I've gotten lost in the sauce where I've addressed too many things for too long. It'd be hard to get any meaningful growth out of what I'm saying, because I'm saying a little too much. Just watch the compilation. She should just be watching the compilation by herself, of herself speaking. That's all she has to do, and she should understand why everybody has a problem with what she's saying.
I was trying to like make a distinction between reasons people do things and whether or not they're moral. I don't think it's moral.
Oh, so she's making okay. Then why didn't she make the distinction? Because she didn't do it in the debate. That's why Jay was confused.
That a streamer is stealing views and doing nothing, but I think that people do that because. Or sorry. I don't think it actually adds any value for a streamer to be a curator of sorts.
Okay. So she knows.
However, it doesn't change the fact that people watch streams because their favorite streamer is a curator.
Oh wait, I forgot to move my face back. Sorry. It slipped, and now I have to throw it out. Too bad. Next piece. Okay. Am I aligned? I think so. And if you didn't know, now you know that this video is not perfectly aligned with this frame. It's because I don't know how to edit properly. Edit backgrounds properly, and I can only do this to a certain extent. And the dimensions of this outer thing is not quite fitting. So now you know.
You can't listen to chat. Chat doesn't even know what the fuck they want. Okay, I don't mean to be mean to chat.
Yeah, the reason he's putting this here is because
adds any value
says this
for a streamer
right here.
To be a curator of sorts.
So she says it doesn't add any value.
However, it doesn't change the fact that people watch streams.
It doesn't change the fact that people watch streams because of their people are curators. But then she also says that chat doesn't know what they want.
They want, okay? I don't mean to be mean to chat. Chat does not know what they want, okay? So yeah, like there's
Once again, she's saying things that don't align very well.
I don't know why everyone was feigning ignorance, as if like the algorithm always pushes you really good content that you'll always love. It's like, yeah, like, I mean, have you ever scrolled through YouTube for a while and not found a single video that you wanted to watch?
Really?
Really?
So Denims actually did make a video because she said that she wanted to, and she makes a video about all of this, and this is what we're covering for the next 25 minutes. And then I end stream because I can't take it anymore.
I do want to say that while I didn't like the video, I don't want any harassment towards Jay at all. So please be cool. Don't do that. Thank you.
Ooh, I love the typical video essay music.
I do want to say that while I didn't like the video, I don't want any harassment towards Jay at all. So please be cool. Don't do that. Thank you. Okay, cool. So why did I hate the majority of this video?
Why did I hate the majority? Oh, come on.
Primary reasons. A, the content looked incredibly spite-driven with...
Why didn't she talk about that with Jay then? Yes, she did only watch it once with her stream. And that's a way where you would definitely change how you react. Because I don't react to things this way in real life. Like, yes, I'll cringe in my chair, but I'm not going to talk to the screen randomly or talk to myself about how dumb I think the comments are. No one reacts that way in real life to themselves. Well, some people do, I guess. But I assure you, if she watched it on her own and was just listening to what Jay was saying, she would have had a very different outlook on it. So her saying content looks spite-driven, she only did it on her stream, where all of her commenters were fueling that idea that it was spite-driven.
With terrible optics. B, the content was repetitive, long, boring, and took way too long to get to the point. Section A, YJ's video seems spiteful.
So she did a long man bad. That's a meme in the EFAP community where people will say things are bad just because they're long. Like a review of a movie can't be as long as the movie. Or longer than the movie, because it makes no sense. And here's the thing, my coverage of this has been way longer than this 2-hour section. I've almost been on longer than this how long this video is through. It's 1 hour and 57 minutes in. I am 1 hour and 42 minutes into my stream right now. It's the same thing. I'm adding so much to it that it's not, like, I'm commenting on it to the point where it's not the same. It's not a video. It's not the same video. I'm adding to it so much. But that's why it's longer than this. The reason it's so much longer is because I'm commenting on so many things. And for a very long time. Sometimes a little too long, because I get off on tangents like this. So.
Even if it wasn't. Up until the final section of the video, the majority of it is just Jay talking about how much he absolutely disliked Hassan using his content as filler content.
I mean, yeah, he has a right to say that. He never did it in an attacking way, though.
Content in this context, meaning content that's being used for when a streamer is eating or is going to be walking away from the stream and not going to be there. Jay talks about these frustrations in the most deranged manner, in my humble opinion. Exhibit A.
I feel like it's gotta be like I don't know, like someone who has a disability or something, right?
I'm not sure what part of this messy, weird house has made Hassan conclude.
Wait, how is this deranged, though?
Yes, only a disabled could have caused this. That's what he sounds like, shut up. Or what kind of disability?
That's supposed to be a joke, though. That's not deranged, it was a joke.
He could possibly mean? Like,
Just
I'm not
pay
even sure if
attention.
he means mental or physical. What the fuck are you talking about? What's the disability that makes you go, I need to install a toilet next to my fucking...
So the frustrating part for me here is that Jay doesn't even try to give an ounce of charitability. Apparently, Hassan had come back to stream and seen chat making assumptions.
Apparently, oh my god, she took exactly. So remember, if you remember last stream, or maybe the stream before that. Sorry, I'll finish my food. If you remember last time, I was trying to find out where she got that from, where she got the comment that that Hassan was trying to defend the owner of the house because they might have been disabled. But it was she got that from another commenter in her video, or in her Twitch chat. She got that idea from a Twitch chatter and proceeds to use it as evidence in in this video that Jay is not giving charitability. If you even look at Jay at Hassan's chat, there's no indication that that's what Hassan is doing. There's no indication in the chat. There's no indication on Hassan's voice or use of his word choice. Okay, if you need more examples of this, you can watch the last VOD where I talked about her stuff. But I talked about how you could change Hassan's word choice to defend it. But if you use the words that Hassan himself says, it's not defending. It's poking fun.
Assumptions about the homeowner because the house was so messy, to which he proceeded to say, it's possible that the homeowner could be disabled.
Lies. Yeah. Context for the millionth time. Yeah. Again, yeah, bro, this is a trip. Most Americans' apartments do have a combo fan, minions. I have that. $2 at a time for the 1 minute spam. I'm just trying to go as fast as so I'm going to look at the comments more. So I can't really give you. I'm going to move my face again just so we can actually see the comments. Because I'm stopping. I'm going as frame by frame as I can go. Wait, I can actually slow it down. Custom 2.5. Okay. Okay, Brits don't know it's a combo papilla. Held a message for a reason, identity level. Effing British people don't know how kitchens work. 3-head effing British people don't know how kitchens work. Yeah. Our house is like that. Oh, it could be those emojis that they're using. With the guy with the missing teeth. Oh, it's an auto mod holding that because someone making fun of British people, I guess. Never ending cycle. Oh no, they're making fun of him for being British. Oh no, that's not. What? Whose house is this? Small house better, less cleaning. Brits. They're making fun of British people more than they're making fun of the house owner. Oh look! You can wait. You can see codename Quake. Oh man, I bet Hassan is reacting so hard in the other room right now. Even the commenter's saying something while he's gone. This is hilarious. Normal place for a microwave dough. I think they're just commenting on Jay's commentary. England is my city. Oh yeah, so they are mostly commenting on Jay. Because Hassan's not giving any commentary. This building used to be something else, a church or something. Yeah, because there's evidence for that in the rest of the video. Oh wow. Stop holding the message, just deny it or something. My god. That spam just keeps on coming up. RS address for everyone who threw Doctor Who love in the chat. You're my fave. Oh, because I think some of them knew who Jay was as a Doctor Who hater. Modern Doctor Who hater. Yeah, there's no indication that they're making fun of the homeowner in this video. Yeah. Sorry I had to go so painstakingly slow, but I wanted to be sure that the comments, that he was defending them from the comments, but I don't think she even did this. She could have just watched what the comments were saying. They were all making fun of Jay. They're all making fun of Jay, or not all of them, but a lot of them, and only ones that were talking about the house were defending the homeowner already from some of Jay's comments.
To their own, eh?
House tours. We don't even need Hassan anymore. Yeah, we don't even need Hassan anymore. Chair revolution. This is in the U.S. More England. Amoga Sussy. Least weird American home. Looks like my house. Chat, I'm scared. He's back. What is he saying? He hasn't said anything. Very wise. Leave again. Okay, steak shed quarters. They clean their clothes. Gun range. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm going too painstakingly slow, but
I feel
yeah.
like it's
There it
gotta
goes.
be like it's gotta
Let's
be.
move my face back.
I don't know. Like someone who has a disability or
And-
something, right? Like it
No,
doesn't
no, no.
make any sense.
Here's the bigger problem. Even if he was watching it on his phone, he can't see chat on his phone. If he can, why is he reading? How is he reading chat to that speed of chat? And seeing comments about people saying that the person is disabled who holds the person who owns the house is disabled. Because he didn't. I can tell you for sure because I just looked at the comments and none of them even mentioned that. None of them even barely any of them defended the house. A lot of them were just making fun of Jay. Which overall is a very toxic environment to be just instantly jumping on a bandwagon of making fun of someone. It sounds like a bully culture. But then his immediate comment when he gets back is that they might be disabled or something. It's not, hey, back off. They're disabled. They could be disabled.
And I don't really think it's
So
a
dumb.
controversial opinion at all to think that someone who's physically disabled wouldn't have the same abilities to keep their house clean. And
Depends on the disability.
I also don't think
honestly,
it's too
it always
controversial
depends.
to say that someone with ADHD or depression wouldn't have the same motivations to clean their house as someone who would be neurotypical.
I'm not sure what she means here. I mean, I know what she is trying to say. But she's extrapolating off of the point that she invented her, or not that she invented, that her commenter invented and that she took without any grains of salt.
But instead of extending the logic that even a shimbo like me could think of, Jay
I mean, if you think you're a shimbo, you're a shimbo, sorry.
instead just assumes that Hassan is being ableist for saying that the homeowner might be disabled. And it was evident the moment that like Hassan said that like it's possible this person has a disability, and instead of saying like, oh, like this could be true, you make fun of him for it or something, like, which is very strange and also like low-key kind of ableist of you. But this isn't the
Yeah, so it's Mahler saying that she is doing the same thing, like taking Hassan's thing in bad faith. Well, she does take a lot of what Jay says in bad faith. I'll say that for sure, because I know that from last time we covered these two sections. That she really doesn't pay attention or
only time
care.
Jay does this. This happens a few times in the videos. Jay apparently decided to do a stream sort of mocking or satirizing Hassan's reaction to his
That's good.
video. Previewed here.
That's a satirization is a really good way for people to notice how bad something looks. It really is. It's actually one of the best ways for someone to realize how silly what they're doing is. Because even if you exaggerate it, you're showing them a taste of what it feels like to them. right? Because that's what Jax Films did with Jinx, and that's the reason why Jax Films' response was received so well, is because he first off satirized him. I don't know if Jinx actually watched that satirization, but I'm betting if he did, he would realize how bad it feels to have your content watched in that way.
Exhibit B.
And made money off of, specifically.
Similar to Jax Films, I went live to satirize him of 8800 Blue Lick Road. If we start at the entrance, you're greeted by a Minions brand doormat that really no home is complete without. Sure, but I think we might have found the toilet soda culprit. Now, if we go across the hall from the man cave, we'll find ourselves in the second bathroom of the property.
Oh, I love the paper pizza. I love it.
Now that
the cardboard pizza.
Now, because I've watched the entire video.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
I know that Jay actually has valid points and wants something that's actually actionable. However, the first time I watched this, all I could think was, holy fuck, this is so incredibly cringe.
It's not cringe to show someone how silly they are by doing exactly what they're doing. It's exactly like when a child, not a child, but like I guess a middle schooler has been making fun of someone for the past month, and then randomly someone else starts making fun of them in the exact same way. They'll know how it feels, because that in that case it's not satirization. It would be directly giving them back what's been done to them. It's doing unto others what you would want done to you. It's eye for an eye. That's what it is. And yes, Jay is doing an eye for an eye, but a satirization of an eye for an eye is a lot better than actually doing it. So if, like, in the saying eye for an eye, if Hassan stabbed Jay's eye and said, sorry, I won't do that again, and Jay stabbed Hassan's eye and said, sorry, I won't do that again, that would be a less, that's not satire, but it's still showing, it's giving the point. That satire is still showing a point without actually doing, well, he is doing it in this situation. He is walking away while the stream is going. But the satirization is the pizza part with the cardboard, because he's making fun of the fact that he just sits there and eating. Yeah. I don't think she gets what satire is and what the purpose of satire usually is. Because satire usually pokes fun at the silliness of situations. That's why a lot of political satire will make fun of politicians. And sometimes specific ones.
This video is bad because you're taking the criticisms of morons who spend 5 minutes of their life typing a hate comment to you.
How about just telling him not to do that instead of pulling this cringe shit?
So in this situation, Mahler is trying to, it's another version of showing the comment and then showing her exact replication of that argument, but verbally, without being a commenter. So it's not just that the comments don't know what they're saying, it's that she doesn't know what she's saying. She's saying the exact same thing.
Incredibly cringe.
There you go.
Morons. I have been known to dabble in some Hassan YouTube content, and this fucker pauses so much. He will spend 2 hours on a 10-minute video. The point I'm trying to make is that
he can have a lot to say. I'm not. There's a situation where Jay says that this is not literally all his content, but the times that he does it feels really horrible. It's in there. I feel like there's going to be an edit here.
That their video didn't.
And if there isn't, Mahler, you have done a disservice. You could have given a great example.
And that's why he made the video. Even though Jay states that they made the video for entirely different reasons. The other big part of this video that feels incredibly spite-driven, lacking charitability and super low effort is what I would like to call the reading YouTube comments section.
Doesn't know. She doesn't know that she said exactly what the comments say. Fast forwarding all of it.
So let's talk about that. First point, I truly do not understand why Jay has decided to take any YouTube commentators seriously. Listen, okay? My personal opinion. I literally do not care about YouTube hate comments. If you are someone who is spending more than 2 seconds writing a YouTube comment about why you dislike someone or something so much, I do not value or respect your opinion.
More than 2 seconds, but you could give criticism. There's a difference between hate and criticism. I feel like it feels like none of these people have ever been in a sport or an art or something where you're supposed to take criticism or else you fail. Because Twitch is a way to foster a community that won't give you criticism, because you can just ban people who do. It's literally the bubble mentality. You put yourself in a bubble so that no one can hurt you. But if criticism hurts you, you probably shouldn't be an artist. And yes, making content is art in its own way, own very special way.
Every single Sigma I know does not spend their time writing hate comments on YouTube videos. They simply move on with their life and do things that they enjoy.
No. Sometimes people will say things that are dumb enough that I'll be like, hey, I don't know if this is correct. Take a look at your evidence again. Really look at it before making this statement. Because it's important not to spread misinformation, and I feel like if you don't call people out on their misinformation, it just keeps on spreading. That's the problem with the age of information that we have now, where because everybody has access to the internet, anybody can distribute misinformation despite having access to all of the information in the world. Because you also have access to all of the misinformation in the world.
And if I may add one more quick point of contention, this is unironically what most people dislike so much about Hassan. He will get stun locked on shitters in chat for absolutely no reason.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, Hassan does that. That's I guess is Hassan's real content, is being a bully.
And it is.
And seething at anything that criticizes him.
So agonizing. Do you want to know why?
And the only reason I say that is because I've watched these 2 sections. Because these 2 sections right here demonstrate that. I'm not saying that out of spite or anything, because I don't know Hassan personally, but all it sounds like is he likes to use the power that he's gained as a Twitch streamer to bully all of his commenters. And his commenters do the same. You could see evidentially in Hassan's coverage, right? You could see it, that all of his commenters are just essentially making fun of Jay as soon as he starts speaking. It's so dumb, because usually you have to earn the right to make fun of someone and have them not take offense to it. Usually. Because that's why friends make fun of each other all the time, is because they can take it from friends, or from other people. It just doesn't feel right. And for everybody just to do it to random people is bully mentality. You're just trying to put others down to make yourself feel better. Just saying.
It's agonizing because those people aren't worth the time. They are never worth it. Now, to my next point.
Well, yeah, if what she says is exactly what the comments are saying, then yeah, she's not worth the time. I don't think she understands that she has said exactly what those comments say. Not at all. Like, she doesn't even listen to herself speak.
Steelmanning. It absolutely boggles my mind that Jay decided to react to YouTube comments and not even attempt to try and steelman any of them. Exhibit A.
I'm not the biggest Hassan fan, but I feel a lot of streamers just watch random videos to react to while they eat, so I don't feel like it's that bad that he does this.
Everyone's doing it, so it's okay. I think it's bad that everyone's doing this, but also this is literally just an appeal to popularity fallacy.
But it is. I don't know what's the problem with the way Jay says this.
Instead of making an actual attempt to try and engage with this comment, they instead just make fun of it in the worst way possible.
They don't. He compares it to one of the best sayings that most people say in the modern day, or at least when I was a kid, that you should never. I don't know if that's appeal to popularity. I think it's actually bandwagoning. I don't know. It's not. Wait, what is it? I think it might be both, because I think bandwagoning is that because everybody's doing it, you should be doing it. But in this situation, it's because everybody does it, it's not that bad that he does it. So I guess that is a popularity over a bandwagon. See, there's the thing with fallacies. You have to know what you're talking about in order to use fallacies, which is why I'm not specifically saying it's either or. I don't know the terminology the best. I just know strawman very well. And circular thinking. Circular arguments are really easy to point out. But he's extrapolating the easiest summary of what this guy just said. Because just cut out, I'm not the biggest Hassan fan. But I feel. A lot of streamers just watch random videos to react to while they eat. So, don't say, I don't feel like it's... Or you could say, it's not that bad that he does this. You comment, you cut out all of the middle parts that are just filler to make the person feel better about the words that they used. And just take the statement for what it says, and that it's because a bunch of people do this, it's fine. You can't steal. If you steel man that, you're not taking their words at face value. You're supposed to take the words at face value. If they don't want to be misinterpreted, they should actually take the time to comment what they mean instead of what their brief thought is.
Any person who attempted for even a moment would realize that this person is probably saying, a lot of streamers have downtime where they need to eat or use the restroom to play videos to retain viewers. I think calling out Hassan specifically, instead of going after all React content on some level...
But that's what Jay is doing! He's going after all content!
...seems to come off as spite-driven. Instead, Jay takes this...
Oh my god. She didn't... I watched the video. I know what I'm talking about. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Oh, because Jay uses Hassan as the example so that other people don't do it. But other people do it. But Hassan is just the best example because he's the biggest streamer that does this. He's the biggest streamer to use as an example so that other streamers don't.
Straw man for no reason? And so...
It's not a straw man. It's... Just because you don't steel man doesn't mean you're straw manning. Straw manning would... I don't think she knows what straw manning is. It's... So let me think of an example of... This is the type of example I'm thinking of. So I say something like, cats are okay, right? I say cats are okay. And then someone else's response is, oh my god, this person thinks that all cats should die? They're a horrible person. That would be a straw man because they're taking my words, cats are okay, and interpreting it to mean I think cats should die. Right? But if they say, oh, this person thinks that cats are okay, that's that's fine by me. I guess I don't really have a reaction to that. That's not straw manning. That's taking my words at face value. And if they were to go, oh my god, this person loves cats so much, I love them so much. They're the best streamer I've ever seen. They're a friend to all cats. That would be a steel man, I guess. It would make me seem like a better person in their eyes, so that they can praise me in some way. I guess cats are okay is not an argument, but it's a decent. It's a very simple example that I can use to explain the difference between steel manning and straw manning, and then neutral manning. I guess that's the only. It's taking. I call it just taking words at face value. You take the words that they say or write, because that's what they wrote. They took the time to write it, so take it at face value. Don't interpret it to mean something else. That's when I hate. Like if I were to write a book and I made the door red, and then someone says, "Oh, they made the door red to symbolize their passion." I go, "No, I just made the door red. Stop it. It's over analysis. It's too much." Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. I'm just irritated. Oh my god, it's too much analysis for such a small comment. Because yes, you can do that if it's a situation where it matters, like a motif being used in a book, or I guess someone clenching their fist. You can interpret that to mean that they're angry, right? There are things that indicate stuff, but the words that were used in that comment do not indicate that the person is saying what she's thinking. Saying what she's saying.
To circle back to point A, why are you spending any time at all on YouTube comments if you're not even going to try and glean something of value from them? And finally, for this section, I would like to show you guys Jay's alternatives to using filler content that somebody else made.
Let's see if she strawmans his position and just uses only 2 of the examples that he gave.
There are plenty of other ways to take downtime, which isn't something I should have to explain to anyone. If you're a streamer and you reach a point in your stream where you feel that for whatever reason you're unable to fully entertain your audience by yourself, here are a few things you can try. Bring on a guest who can do most of the talking while
Okay, bring on a guest.
You're away.
This highway code applies to England, Scotland and Wales. The highway code is essential reading for everyone.
Play something made by a creator who you know is happy for their content to be used in this way. Play your own streams or content. Just fucking end the stream, holy shit.
Or end the stream. There's more than those 4, because I've already come up with a few. You could play a meme video, because most of those aren't copywritten anyway. You can play non-copywritten stuff. Non-copyright music, because some people do that. You could leave the stream open and just let your viewers not watch anything for a little bit while you go take your break. So you have 6. I guess I'm not thinking of any more right now because I'm trying to get through this. But yeah, there's more than just what Jay said. But I feel like she's just gonna mutilate her own argument with this right here.
Now listen. I actually respect the first 2 statements.
So she doesn't care about the next 2?
If you know you're going to be away from the stream for more than a few minutes, you probably could bring on a guest. Or you could get pre-planned, pre-approved filler content. However, I don't know why Jay tacks on the point about ending stream, as if any...
But there are 4 points. Why'd you say the first 2 and only addresses the 4th one?
Ever do that. Ever. What? And this is what I mean when I say it's completely reasonable.
We edit things out. You edit all of the and stuff to make sure that your content is well read. But in this situation, because that's something that she said, you're supposed to edit so that all your stuff is more easily understood. I'm not going to do it in my own videos because I'm lazy like that, and I'm not a YouTube creator. I only do, like I've said before, I only do this. I'm only recording and putting my stuff on YouTube just because I know I can't hold VODs forever until I hit affiliate, which I have not because I don't have consistent 5 viewers yet. and it's consistent 3 viewers over a 20-hour period. So kind of difficult when I stream a lot. But with her, I've forgotten my point already. I talk too much. I'll get back to it if I think about it.
That people who watch this viewed it as a clout sharking, bitter, spiteful video. Telling streamers to end their stream when they need downtime, and then saying, take some pride in your work, holy shit, is not the most conducive method in convincing streamers, or anyone for that matter, that using filler content without prior permission is wrong.
The issue with that, with what she's saying there, is the only problem, because she always talks about how if you leave the stream with nothing to watch, because she didn't, because that wasn't one of Jay's points. She didn't say leave the stream with nothing to watch. Her point is that if you do leave the stream with nothing to watch, a bunch of your viewers leave to go watch something else. If you have a planned break where you say, hey, I'm going to take a 30-minute to hour-long break, and then turn off your stream, the great thing about streaming is that you have a thing called notifications. So whenever you go live, your viewers get notifications that you're live. So you can go watch them when they're back on. It's super easy. So the problem, because I feel like they want to get the revenue that they're getting consistently even through their break, and that's where they're not thinking about how that works in real life. When you're on a break, yeah, your 10-minute break you can get away with in real life, but you're not supposed to work during your 10-minute break. You get paid during your 10-minute, but you're not supposed to work during your 10-minute break and get paid. You just do nothing and get paid. You have your break. But then for your 30-minute break, you're not allowed to work and you don't get paid for that. Your lunch break. It's Twitch streaming. She thinks that streamers have to keep their stream going in order to get the revenue that they think they need. But in this situation, you have the thing, you have notifications, you can get people back onto your stream. And it's easier. It's actually easier if you end it instead of just leaving it run like I suggested as one of the options. Because if you end the stream and then you start it back up, you get the notification. But if you are leaving and not putting anything on and just leaving the stream there going with nothing on, there's no indication that you're back. So if they go into a different tab, they have to keep on checking over and over, and that's annoying. So ending stream is actually one of the best options they have if they want to keep their viewership happy and not steal content. And if they know that people are okay with it, that's another one. Like all of Jay's ideas are really good. But I feel like the ending stream one, these streamers take so much offense to it almost. Because it's not like he's trying to say that it's not like he's trying to say end their channel. It's just end the stream for a little bit and then start it back up again. It's not such a huge deal. Not a huge deal.
So for some reason, Jay decides to include a 10-minute section where he just watches Hassan's reaction to his video and critiques how he didn't like it.
So what she's neglecting here is that he did the same thing to Jinx 5 minutes earlier in the video. He's comparing what Jinx did to what Hassan did. Because everybody knows that Jinx wasn't okay. Like the way Jinx did videos was not okay. So he's comparing it to how Hassan does it and saying it's very similar. That's what she's not getting here.
And I don't know why he does this, besides the fact that he wanted to do it. I think
she doesn't know because she doesn't pay attention.
Very easily, if he was trying to prove a point that Hassan didn't react hard enough, or that he was using it as filler content, all he had to do was show a clip of Hassan walking off the stream for 4 minutes and then coming back and saying very little.
He doesn't have the whole video inside of it. He doesn't have the whole fucking video.
This is edit 4.
Here it is. Okay, is this it?
It's XQC's old house? No, I've fucking seen XQC's.
8,800.
Oh, here we go. Thank you, Chatter. I am here for investigative purposes, okay? I'm a journalist. I'm a political journalist, all right? I'm here for investigative purposes, all right?
I'm not sure what this is for.
Content stays untainted. So don't tell me to react harder, you fucking quacks.
Instead, he does this.
See, I think he's entertaining. I think Irrelevant is entertaining, despite his horrible takes. He seems entertaining. While she just seems lame. Especially in the way she interprets Jay's arguments, and even made a video about it, despite not getting what he said, and even talking to him about it, and still them not getting on the same page, and then still making a video about it anyway. It's just weird.
And now, because Hassan is our primary example, let's take a look at the reaction he served up to some of my content. And while we're doing it, let's see how he compares to Jinx.
Yeah, while we're doing it, let's see how he compares to Jinx.
8,800 Blue
Just
Liquid
like I
is a
said.
3-bedroom house that you can go on a 3D virtual tour of right now if you're interested in purchasing it.
And I think that there's two main problems with this. A, it detracts from the video a lot. It makes the video about his personal grievances with Hassan,
but it's not.
Instead of
pay attention.
A video about the general state of React content on Twitch. And the second problem is just, I think it's unnecessary. It adds absolutely nothing to the video.
Adds everything to the video. That's everything. Short of a parody. Because at least what Jack did, the reason Jack's Films was able to do what he did in his video, where he just smiles during the entire time while Jinx is watching his video, is because Jinx's video was really short. So he was able to hold that smile for the whole video. While with Jay can't show his entire parody into the burns that he had for Hassan. He can't do that because it's hours. He's not going to make a video that's like that. He's just doing a summary of what Hassan did, and then also mentioning the fact that he did a parody.
It's very
it's super simple to understand that he can't do the same thing that Jack's Films did and get the same weight out of it. And I think that's the issue here, is that if they were to watch Jack's Films video on Jinx, they would be able to see the point of Jay's video better. Just because Jack's Films video lends itself to, it's a parody that also leads into the points that Jack's Films has. Because you can see what's wrong with Jinx's video just by watching how Jack's Films is imitating him. Well, in Jay's video, he's using evidence, and that's a lot more boring to a lot of people. So I can see why a lot of people would misunderstand Jay, but it's a matter of not paying attention and then reading the arguments wrong, essentially. Misinterpreting what he said. That's what she's doing.
Boring. I didn't want to watch it, and I was forced to watch the video. It's very boring.
There we go. That's exactly what I just said. It can be very boring to people who don't want to actually listen to the arguments.
Want to watch it.
You could have a diet version like Jack's Films video, because Jack's Films video is really good on Jinx. It's a very succinct video talking about how pissed he is, pretty much. But he puts his points very, very clearly and then ends the video very quickly. But what's also included in that is a parody, so it makes it so you can see what's wrong with Jinx's video without Jack's Films having to explain it. But in this case, none of them can see the problem with how Hassan streams, even with Jay's React, because they just don't register what's wrong with it. They just don't. And if you had watched Jay's video and understood what he said, then you would see what's wrong with it, but they don't. And I can't explain it here because I don't have all the points in my mind, and I don't want to misinterpret Jay's points. So if you really want to understand what Jay meant, just watch his video again. Stop taking it in bad faith. It's just lame at this point. That's because she makes this entire video, and all of the points you can see. There's a lot of comments at the bottom with just of even popular streamers just going, "You know what? This is not correct. This is really bad."
And I was forced to watch it, and it just ends up coming off as an unintentionally petty.
His conclusion.
In total, Hassan ended up not even spending 2 minutes talking as he let my 14-minute video play in full. He's very clearly leaning on my video to entertain his audience for him in this situation. This is the downtime he has no choice.
That's what I've been saying or that's what Jay's been saying this entire time, and that's what she's misinterpreting. I think if she wanted to make that video, I'm pretty sure she would want to watch that video multiple times. Because it seems like she really only watched it once and then took her initial opinions on it and ran with that without paying attention the second time. Because she had to at least watch it the second time in order to edit the video that she made. Because she has some clips from Jade's video. But she didn't put in the work to understand. Just didn't.
Because of his choice to stream for 13 hours a day. Jinx definitely did worse in the matter of actually adding something to the content, but neither of them have done well at all. Jinx, at the very least, did shout out the original video and put a link to it in his description. It's even right at the top of his description, so you don't have to click show more to see it.
Good stuff. Link to the original video is in the description if you just want to see some random.
It adds absolutely nothing to the video. It's very boring. I didn't want to watch it, and I was forced to watch it, and it just ends up coming off as an unintentionally petty. Now
I can see what you mean if you didn't pay attention to the thing that Jay said before the section started. Because there's a thing called an intro sentence to every body paragraph where you use evidence for something. And that's essentially what Jay did by saying, "Hey, let's see how they compare." That's his intro sentence to the evidence section that he puts up next. Yes, the evidence section might have been long, but then he puts a conclusion at the end of that evidence section. She's only paying attention to what's in the middle and not on the edges. You know that a lot of people who read essays will often only read the intro and the conclusion to each body paragraph to get what someone says, because sometimes reading the middle stuff is not that important. But the middle stuff is very important. Well, it's not that it's not that important. It's that it's the middle stuff isn't their point. It just supports the point that they made at the beginning and the end. So that's the point of a body paragraph. And if she's not paying attention to the evidence in relation to what he said at the beginning, she's not going to pay attention to what was said at the end because they don't connect in her mind. That's why I watched Jay's video on my own first, because I knew that you'd have. I think she probably should have done that first instead of going on stream and doing it, because there's a lot that you won't pick up if you're trying to almost triple task, because you're trying to keep yourself hydrated and sane while reading a chat and responding to chat and trying to be entertaining, and then you're also watching a video and trying to make commentary. There's a lot you're doing. So it may have been hard for her to see the points or see the beginning and end part that related to the Hassan section. And then she decided to watch it on her own, I guess. I don't know how much she did watch. Probably skipped around to get the clips, but she mentions it as if it was completely useless, but she's saying that without giving any evidence for why it's useless, and being disingenuous too, because she's not including the first or last section where where he introduces the topic of comparing Jinx and Hassan, and then ends the conclusion with comparing Jinx and Hassan and saying that both of them did pretty poorly, but Hassan did slightly better than Jinx.
There is some genuinely good stuff in this video, like really good stuff in this video, but you have to get to the very end of it, which I did for you guys. Like the bare minimum that a streamer could do is to show the content creator and the video title on screen. And
yeah, that is the bare minimum. You should be doing that, but you could do more. You could have them on stream talk about their content, because that would be cool. Especially if you wanted to promote them because you like their content. So her saying that's bare minimum, I don't know how she's going to conclude this, but I hope it's
post the
good.
link in chat after watching it. It really just isn't that much of a hassle to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, it isn't. And that's why it was lame that Hassan didn't. And that's the whole entire reason Jay made the video.
Especially when you're using it as entertainment for your stream. All right, cool. Yay! That was a really nice short little section. Great. Now,
but what she's not understanding is that Hassan didn't react that way. He said, "Oh, I won't watch your stuff then." It's not, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't give you credit. I'll make sure that we give credit every single time from now on. And I'll actually react to the stuff that I'm watching, that I'm putting on my Twitch stream. Because it's my Twitch stream, and I can't be using other people's stuff to entertain my Twitch stream. Unless we're analyzing it, we're commenting on it. That's transformative."
Now, moving on to the depressing category. Category 2, filler content. Okay, so one of the more interesting distinctions made in this video is about the difference between traditional React content and filler content. Traditional React content, aka content that's transformative or adds something to the video.
Oh, so she can separate that. Great.
Because of the reaction.
Good for her.
Versus filler content.
Sorry if I'm being a little condescending. The only reason you get to the point where you start to be condescending is because you've listened to hours of them speak and be wrong. So at this point, I feel condescending, even though I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to congratulate her on not saying dumb things, because I've only heard dumb things from her mouth.
AKA content that streamers use when they need to take a break to use the bathroom or get food. Now, why do I think that this is a worthwhile distinction? Because the complaint of this video is not simply react harder, as so many people have made it out to be. He literally did.
But she made it out to be that. But okay, at least she is just doing distinguishing it now. But when she originally watched it, she's saying the point is to react harder.
They react harder. It's incredibly fair. The complaint is more so react at all. And I think it's incredibly fair for a content creator to not want their content to be used as filler content. And I think it gets to the heart of the problem.
I mean, a lot of people would appreciate if it was not filler content. I would appreciate. I can't say a lot because I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I know that I wouldn't want my stuff as filler content. And I don't think my sister would want her stuff as filler content either. And I know the entire EFAP crew doesn't want their stuff as filler content. That's just the people that I know of that don't. But the people I know of that do, I don't know. Because I don't know streamers that do. I've never heard of it. I've only heard like 3. Because there's an example in Jay's video, and then another example that Hassan gives that for 2 people that enjoy it, and then one that Jay has in his questionnaire thing where someone says, "Oh yeah, I would totally do it as long as they credit me." So it's a very limited selection of people that I know of that would, and I know that's anecdotal, but it's still some bit of evidence. Well, she gives none.
This is something that all streamers, or at least all big streamers, do. Eventually, if you're going to be streaming for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, you're going to need downtime. For most React streamers, that downtime means a drop in viewership. Streamers are disincentivized.
But it doesn't matter if you're incentivized or not. Oh my god, she took that into her video. Because she talks about why it's wrong on her own Twitch. After the discussion with Jay, she talks about why it's wrong to do this, but she's giving an excuse for it. I don't care about the excuse, just don't do it.
From leaving the stream for more than a few seconds without putting something on to entertain chat. Does that mean it's okay to use filler content without people's permission? No, that's not what I'm saying.
There we go.
No.
Thank you.
What I am saying is, I think it's fucked up that streamers essentially steal content and use it as background noise.
Then why give the excuse? Why?
They either can't or don't want to entertain chat. However, I also recognize it's probably never going to stop happening.
If you don't stop it, everything will be ruined. Oh my. Sorry, I have to take a breather here because I don't want to get mad. It doesn't matter if it won't stop. Be the change you want to see. Especially if someone that's super popular is doing that. If you're a popular streamer, you should take responsibility and be the person who encourages people to stop doing that. Because if it gets enough traction that companies know that their stuff is being used this way, they're gonna get on Amazon's butt and tell Amazon to stop Twitch streamers from doing this. Or they'll get sued. There's so many problems with just saying it's not gonna stop, so why not? Why not do it?
Until Twitch cracks down on it. I mean,
it's not. So you want people to crack down on it because you'll just keep on doing it until it's not beneficial to you anymore. It's so
literally
stupid. It's so stupid.
Streamers were playing anime in their entirety
until and they deserve to get
someone got banned. So I guess my final point on this section is I just think that if Jay's video was structured a bit better and maybe some of these positives were put in the front of the video, people might have been more convinced that there is a real problem and that the video isn't just a complaint.
Sorry, I'm getting overheated here.
But instead, because of the way that it is structured, that's exactly what happened.
Now, when I cover other people's work like this, there are a few kinds of etiquette that I feel it's important to stick to. Basically, don't take the piss. In a reaction video, the reactor should still be adding stuff and creating content of their own, otherwise what's the point of watching their reaction over the original video? The content that the reaction—
True, because that's the point that most people should be realizing that Jay made, because Jay made it. He made it. He made that commentary in his video at the beginning. This is in the beginning section of his video. So I don't know why she wouldn't have gotten this, because she said, oh, why don't you put that positive stuff at the beginning? This is what he did. He did put that stuff at the beginning.
At least different enough from the original work that they have created something of their own.
1 minute and 3 seconds in. Thank you, Mahler, for giving us all of that context. I appreciate it, because sometimes I'll get mad at your edits, but this is great. Thank you for the 1 minute and 3 second timestamp.
I just think that if Jay's video was structured a bit better and maybe some of these positives were put in the front of the video.
Yeah, put in the front. 1 minute, 3 seconds.
People might have been more convinced that there is a real problem and that the video isn't just a complaint about React harder. I think Jay makes this crucial mistake of trying to compare Jinx, a React YouTuber, to Hassan, a React streamer. For those who haven't watched Jay's video, there's like 10 minutes dedicated to explaining the React meta on YouTube many years ago, and he uses the example of Jinx and compares it to the modern Twitch streamers that react to content today.
But what's wrong with that? I know she's probably going to give a really bad explanation of what's wrong with that, but I can't see what's wrong with that. Just in my brain, I can't recognize why. Yeah, it's edited, I guess. But so is streaming. I had to do editing in order to put my face in the corner with the box around it.
I_StayW0K said, "What up, loser?"
I stay woke. Wait. I recognize the name, but I forget who you are. Oh, wait.
I_StayW0K.
I know who you are. Wait. I know who you are. I know who you are. Wait.
I_StayW0K.
Hey man, how you doing?
Said, "Brr."
Wait. I'm gonna look you up. Wait. I know who you are. You are. Well, I don't want to say your name because I don't want to. Dox you. But yes, I know who. I'm talking about a very strange video that came out a while ago, and it's essentially a compilation of people saying dumb things and thinking that they're very correct. So, I'm continuing from where I left off.
Like Hassan.
And I'll see you in a couple, in an hour.
And I think it's a fundamentally
I_stayW0K said, isn't it just the world in general?
Yes, but it's to the extent where this person right here felt the need to create their own video explaining all their points because they thought they were that correct. So that's why I'm covering it. That's not why I'm covering it. I'm covering it because 3 separate people said the same thing. And it's in response to a creator that I feel like was very reasonable in his response. Because the whole situation is a popular streamer, Hassan, essentially stole someone's content and put it on his stream while he went to go make food. Just let it play on his stream. And then came back and ate the food while the video was playing. And that is essentially legally stealing, right? It's legally stealing of content. It doesn't follow copyright law because he's not transforming it in any way. So that guy who got his content stolen decided to make his own video talking about why that's not okay, using Hassan as an example. And these 3 people, Hassan, Denims, and Irrelevant, they made their own reactions to that video.
I_stayW0K said, I mean, yeah,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
could also argue
No.
he is bringing free advertisement of said content.
See, I see what you mean, but what if he didn't give you the link, didn't give you the name of the channel, and as the person was about to do the end of their video, oh, this is what I'm working on, here are my next upcoming videos, he clicked off as soon as possible, as fast as he could, without showing any of that. At that point, it's just stealing. And that's the reason why the video was made.
I_stayW0K said, did he?
He did not show... Okay, the max amount of time he could have shown it, and it's on Twitch, so you can't... people don't really go back to watch Twitch VODs. I know that. For the most part. But essentially, it was shown for minimum, or max 10 seconds. The channel name was JXE. It was max 10 seconds that channel name was on screen. And yes, the URL was at the top at all times, but who's going to type in the URL one letter at a time?
I_stayW0K said, that's a decent amount of time.
It is a decent amount of time. Wait, how is it a decent amount of time though? 10 seconds of a 16-minute video that you're only...
I_stayW0K said, hold on. I_stayW0K said, I'm hopping in Discord.
You're hopping in Discord.
I_stayW0K said, I ain't typing this.
Okay. Talk with me about this. Give me a call. Because I'm not sure what you mean by it's okay for it to be only on for 10 seconds and not to share the link in chat at all.
So
hello, yes.
It's not that I necessarily like defend him advertising this stuff. It's more so along the lines of 10 seconds is a lot of time. Like if you think about it, you can fit a lot of things in that, and the fact, like, it was a clear 10 seconds, right? Nothing was moving around, nothing was like being
I only say
tabs over.
I only say max because it was him about to start the video. It wasn't him showcasing it. That's the only reason I say that. Because I'm not sure about the context. I say 5, but I say max 10 just to give the guy charity, to make sure that I'm not making him out to be a bad guy. That he only showed it for 5 seconds and just started playing the video. But what happened was he walked away immediately after playing the video, so at that point it's just playing the guy's video.
So the argument is that he's using the video to fill his content for Twitch.
Yes. And you can argue that I'm doing that right now, but I've already taken
not necessarily.
2 hours and 44 minutes covering only 40 minutes of video so far. So,
because I mean, because here's the thing, right? And here's where this can turn into a slippery slope is like, it's what the I forget their names, but do you remember the video that got really, really popular in like 2014 to 2017 with the kids react and teens react in those videos?
Yes, where they tried to
they tried to copyright.
They tried to copyright React
and React videos. So then it becomes a slippery slope where it's like, well, he didn't give credit when he's watching this video and he's eating it, which essentially you're watching a guy react to a video. He's sitting there eating food and you're watching his reaction.
I mean, you're just sitting watching the video though. At that point.
Yeah, but still, that's technically a reaction. No reaction is still a reaction.
Oh yeah. No.
So
wait,
then with argument,
no reaction isn't a reaction. Because the reason I take problem with it, because you worked a clock in, clock out job, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if I decided I wanted to get paid during my lunch break, so I just sat in the middle of the workplace and just eating in front of everybody, and then when someone asks me to do my job, I say no, and just keep on eating. No, it's the same thing though, because you would clock out.
Scenario. This is why it's such a there's such this is why there's such back and forth conflict over content creators. It's because you have your own schedule. You do whatever the hell you want. You work as hard as you want, and you put in the amount of effort that you want.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on you. When you're at a 9-to-5 job or something like that, where it's clock in, clock out, there are set standards already in place that you have to meet in order to be considered a satisfactory work employee.
Yeah, and the reason I say I take the position I take is because of copyright law. Because Twitch hasn't gotten the copyright law that YouTube has, because YouTube, they used to be able to play movie clips all the time and just take a movie clip and then comment on it. But now if you even use like 2 seconds of a song that isn't even the song that they think it is, companies can claim it, and it's a problem. So, but Twitch doesn't have that because they just don't, because they haven't gotten that copyright issue yet, right? They haven't gotten that copyright issue, and I'm worried for Twitch streamers who actually put the effort into react to YouTube content, that they're going to get hit hard. Like the smaller streamers are going to get hit harder than all the big streamers, because the one who did this was Hassan Piker, if you know who he is. He's like top 10 earners on Twitch, and he almost deliberately took the time out to not showcase who made the content, despite showing it on his stream.
Well, then just find the guy. Like,
what do you mean?
It doesn't have to be this mass blanket thing all of a sudden.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, as in find the guy that you were watching the video of?
No. So the guy, the Twitch streamer,
right?
That's supposedly under all this hot fire that now has 5 or 4 people making reaction videos to it.
Oh no, it's not the hot fire. It's he didn't make a reaction to the video because he didn't watch it. But
he's using the video to fill his content.
Yeah, he's using another video that the guy made to fill his content. Yes,
that's what I'm saying. So then just punish that guy and that guy alone. You don't necessarily need to have this blanket.
Oh no, but that's the reason that the video was made in the first place, was so that bigger streamers stop doing that, so that in the future companies don't punish the small streamers. Just on the same as, because YouTube, it already happens where smaller streamers get the same amount of punishment as big streamers a lot of the time. So there's a further point in the reaction video that the person who started this conflict made, where he's worried that Twitch is going to have the same problem that YouTube has currently, because people are doing content the way they are doing it on Twitch. Because copyright law is you're allowed to use whatever content you want as long as you are transforming it, right?
Yep.
So if you are just sitting there eating, you could actually just block off your screen and get the exact same amount of entertainment value out of watching the video on YouTube as you would on Twitch, because the guy is not responding, right? Because
you can say that, but I know, like, for example, there's a YouTuber and streamer named Grizzy,
mm-hmm.
and he plays with like Smitty and Pufferfish and Droid, like plays with all those guys because they're a friend group. And there are times where like he's like, all right, I'm gonna go eat, and then he goes and gets food and comes back and he's just watching a video and he's like laughing as he's eating, right?
Sure, but at that point he's interacting more than
you draw the line. Then is my question.
Well, that's the issue, because you'd have to look at copyright law. But in terms of drawing the line, you'd want to, because at that point you're trying to like, a big point that the video makes is taking pride in your work, because the concept of just putting work out that you think represents the best you can do, right? Because you wouldn't write a story and then self-publish it because you think, or you wouldn't self-publish your first draft. You'd want to make it look good before you put it out.
You know that's who I am, bro. I do publish my first draft. I full send it.
I did that with essays in college, and that was a problem. But no, I'm not in my final semester though. I did good on my last on my last semester. But I think that's another thing that he talks about is he feels like these streamers aren't taking pride in their work by just not making the content. Because it would make me feel bad if I played someone else's video and not do anything. Like with this coverage, I've done 3 streams of this already, and I'm only at the 2-hour and 12-minute mark, and I've probably streamed for over 9 hours total covering this because I have a lot to say on the topic. So it's a matter of how much do you have to offer to the content to transform it, right?
Sure, but then who decides that? Who gets to decide, right?
Well, it depends on what you're doing, right? Because there are other ways to transform it. Because I'm just talking about the facts and what people are saying, or I'll go on tangents about random stuff. But some people can make jokes during the entire video, and that can be fine. They'll poke fun at somebody during the entire video. That works too. You could do a lot of different things with reaction. It doesn't just have to be what I'm doing or what Jay does in his video, the guy who made the video in the first place. And I agree with you. It's a touchy subject, but if we don't take the time to actually put effort, it's gonna big businesses are gonna crack down on smaller creators, and that's gonna affect them negatively. Especially in this video that I'm watching currently, there's a section there. She has a section of her video where she talks about how people who are on Twitch will not necessarily go watch the YouTube videos on their own, right?
Yeah.
But then she also makes the same thing, the same comment that they don't. She makes 2 different points. I forget what the points were. Wait. I'm forgetting what the points were, but they contradicted themselves in some way. It was they both have nothing to watch on YouTube because they're recommended. They've watched everything and they're recommended, and they don't watch YouTube because they are on Twitch watching the YouTube videos. So she makes both of those points and then claims that there's nothing that the YouTuber would lose in that case. Because she makes the statement that they wouldn't necessarily be watching the YouTube video on YouTube if not for the streamer. or not because of the streamer, but it's even if the streamer didn't send them to the YouTuber, they would never have watched that video. But then also simultaneously makes the point that they watch too much YouTube and that their recommended page is filled with things that they don't want to watch, which is my case. I have a lot of things that I don't want to watch. My recommended. But she makes both those points simultaneously, and they don't really coincide very well. Because you can't both watch too much and too little. Because she says if they're on Twitch, they're watching too little YouTube, and if they're watching too much YouTube, they're on Twitch to watch stuff that they want to watch. Because they can't find anything anymore. It's a weird thing. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to watch, you can. Don't watch this. I mean, you can watch this compilation because they do. Because I see what you're saying, but a lot of the points said by these streamers is like a worse version of what you just said.
Really?
Because you're debating on how it's perceived, like whether it's whether copyright law would see it as fine or not, and who should be punished. But in this situation, they would just be saying, "Oh no, it's fine, it's okay," or giving an excuse like, "Oh, I need to take a break in my day, so I'll just put someone else's video on," which is just lame.
Yeah.
I mean, can't you at least agree with just it's lame to put someone else's video on if you don't have the energy to entertain your audience? You could just end your stream and then start it up later.
Yeah, or you just put that giant pause on it.
Yeah, that's another thing, because there's a lot of suggestions that the video makes, or he makes 4 suggestions, and I came up with 2 more. But the 4 suggestions he made were have a co-host that can entertain while you're gone, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good choice. But sometimes people are solo streamers, so can't do that. Find content that you know people are okay with being shown on YouTube as filler content. Because if someone wants to be shown as filler content, that's fine by me. They can be shown that way. And then I forget the third one because she didn't even mention it in her video. Because she talks about how there are 4 of them and then only addresses 3. But the 4th one that she says is ridiculous is ending stream, and that's the one that I couldn't reconcile with her. Because she thinks that it's preposterous that you would ever end your stream for a break. And especially because she has a very narrow view on how viewership works. And she talks about how if you pause the video before you go to take a break, you lose a lot of your viewership. But at that point, I don't want those people coming back. Right? Because they're not waiting. They don't enjoy me as much as they enjoy the content that I'm watching.
Right.
So they're not there for me.
Yeah.
I would much more. I would actually do that on purpose, just to weed out the people that actually care. But that's just me.
And we ain't gonna stop until we weed them out.
Exactly, weed them out. I will see you.
I said what I wanted to say.
Thank you for
an
your
extra 15 minutes of content. You're welcome. Free of
Thank
charge.
you. I like talking because I don't get a lot of talking viewership. I get a lot of lurkers.
A lot of lurkers.
Yeah. I have never had a consistent 3 viewers that all comment ever. Well, no, I had it a long time ago, but you have to have it for a straight 20 hours.
You're too big brain. You're too big brain.
No, because this is just for Sunday. I only do commentary for Sunday. I do a lot of other gaming content throughout the week. And I think that's the stuff that I do during the week is a little boring. I spend an hour fighting the same boss over and over and over.
course.
No, you should see. I took 2 hours and 10 minutes to kill a single boss, and it was one run. It wasn't multiple runs of the same boss.
Really?
It was because I was doing it with my bare fists.
What?
And you do a max 3 damage against a boss with your bare fist.
Why do you do this to yourself?
I don't know. I've killed 3 bosses already that way. Do you know some of the bosses?
I don't.
At
I know
least?
one of them.
Okay, name
And the one
which boss?
legendary character named Let Me Fight Her.
Oh, Millennia.
Yeah.
I'm never doing that with my bare fists. I just want to beat the game with my bare fists. But do you know?
Why are you gonna beat the game if you don't fight her?
She's not necessary.
Checkmate.
She's a side boss.
You beat the game.
Come on. No, I've actually killed 5 bosses now, but 2 of them were really simple, and one of them I streamed because it was the beginning of my bare hand run, and it was necessary to beat. Do you know the first roadblock of the game?
Yeah, you have chains on your hands, right?
No, the first roadblock of the game is there's a boss called Margit. And he's not necessary, but he's hard. But he is necessary if you want an easier run with your bare fists, which is why I did it. And he gives you an extra ring slot, which is super important for this run, because I can't do 3 damage and heal at the same time unless I have 2 ring slots. So I had to kill him. That's why it took 2 hours and 10 minutes. But he's one of the bosses that teaches you all about what late game is like. Because he has a bunch of fast hits that if you dodge too late, like right as he's about to hit you, you'll still get hit. You have to dodge early. Or dodge in a certain direction. So you have to kind of hug his right side and he can't hit you with a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's why it took me 2 hours and 10 minutes, is because he's the demonstration boss. He's not an easy boss.
Right.
Because I haven't had a fight that was that long in with any of the other bosses. Yeah. I'll let you go because I have to finish this section before.
Yeah, and I have a
2.
research paper that's due tomorrow, and I have fucking 8 more pages.
You should be working.
Hey, in my defense, I cranked out 4 pages in an hour. So with this kind of thing that I've got going here, I just need another 2 hours on it, solid, and then I'm done.
What is your research paper about?
It is about.
Like, what's your thesis?
It's
I might be able to help
the
you.
Changes that the social media landscape brought to Super Bowl ads, and how it's translated into present-day awareness strategy that various companies have been utilizing.
I mean, you could start with the origin of repeat commercials for that.
Repeat commercials?
So before a certain point, I think it might have been like the mid-70s, there was a psychologist who developed a theory that that if you were exposed to something more often, you were more likely to accept it. And then after that discovery was made, every advertiser used it. So you might want to look that up because it could be important. Yeah.
I literally just Googled it and I found it. Holy shit.
Perfect. Okay, I will let you work on that.
All right.
I'll get back to you.
I was actually running out of steam.
Yep.
For my other stuff, so I'm really glad you brought this up. Awesome.
Good. I have a lot of knowledge because I already finished college. I know what you need in order to finish stuff. Yep. All right. I'll see you later.
See you.
Bye. Okay, let's get back to it.
I would like to try to argue that people who watch React content on Twitch are separate from the group of people that watch React content.
Oh, so this is what I was talking about with him, about how this is her point.
YouTube. I'm arguing this based on 2 very important factors. Factor number 1, Twitch chat versus YouTube comments. So the first point.
Yes, there is a difference between Twitch chat and YouTube comments. I will admit that. Because one is live and one isn't, but there is YouTube debuting. There's a function like that where you can post a video that's been edited and you can watch it live with your chat as they're watching it for the first time. So there's there's an element to that where that she's not taking into account, because I don't think she knows enough about YouTube at that point. I'm surprised I know it, but it's only because one of my friends from high school made a video. If you know who Madvocate is, he made a video that he debuted back in February, I think, about Shang-Chi and how bad it is. It's called The Legend of the Strategic Genius, but he debuted that video, and I was on that debut because I wanted to see how his commenters reacted, and it was hilarious. But there is an element of live commenting that you can do on YouTube, even if it isn't a live stream. So I think that's a point where she gets wrong.
I know for a fact that my viewing pleasure of a stream is greatly increased by the quality and humor of a live chat that I can read and participate in.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you can bounce off of your chat, because that's something easier to do, because you can't do that in a debut on YouTube. That's something I will separate. On a debut on YouTube, you can only type. You can't really comment verbally on someone else's comments, but you can bounce off of your own comments very easily on a Twitch chat, especially if you have what I have, which is wait, is it even on? Doesn't even check. Is my speech to chat on? Yeah, it is. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, I have speech to chat so I can bounce off quicker without having to read it, because I prefer listening and reading. I'm a listener. I'm not a reader. So I can see her point there.
You can't listen to chat. Chat doesn't even know what the fuck they want.
The person who edited this video, he needs to take a chill pill at this point, because this is what she said days ago, and the video that she made is after mulling it over in her mind.
And while yes, there are some really funny streamers on Twitch, I'd argue some of these chats might be equally as funny, if not funnier, than the streamer most of the time. And I think other viewers...
That can be true. I've seen a lot of commenters that can make great jokes that streamers can bounce off of, or just laugh their heads off of. I can agree with that.
I would agree that having a live chat completely changes the viewing experience, usually for the better.
Oh no, so here's the point that I should have brought up in the verbal discussion I just had. But it's at that point you probably shouldn't be, if your whole content is just watching it with buddies, essentially watching it with buddies, not making any comments and just making the occasional shouldn't be making money off of that, because that's not, you're not it just, I think it's just more of a moral thing at that point. I don't know if that's a justice thing. I think I just feel like I would feel bad doing that, because I feel like I'm not contributing and I shouldn't make money off of that. I love watching things with friends. I love bouncing off of my friends' comments all the time. But there's an extent where you should think about whether you should be making money off of this, because that's what she's saying is fine. It's just like watching stuff with buddies, except I get paid while my commenters don't.
Just simply,
it's like taking advantage of your viewership, but in a certain sense.
Isn't anything like this in a YouTube React video. I guess you kind of have the comment sections, but to be honest, I've only ever checked the comment sections if I really disliked a video. And a live chat, on the other hand, actually adds some real value to.
Well, you can also YouTube stream, and I know she probably understands that, but Jay's parody stream that he did of Hassan, he did have a live chat that he reacted to.
React stream. Whereas I'd argue that a YouTube comments section, 99.99% of the time, adds absolutely nothing to the.
No, I've seen some comment sections that are really good discussions. Actually, it's not 99. I've seen a whole section that's really good, or a section that's just really bad, and then a bunch of people trying to say, hey, that's not as people replying to that person saying, hey, is this a troll? Because this is actually a really bad argument, and I'll tell you why. And we'll give almost a full essay in a comment. It's not 99.9%, but I will tell you it's probably 80% bad or nonsensical. I'll that's just my guess. I can't say for sure, and I don't want to be disingenuous.
The original YouTube React.
And for the record, I need to pee a lot. That's why I'm angled this way. I just don't want to leave because I don't have a lot of time.
And again, I want to be clear. I am in no way saying that chat alone can make the content transformative. I am only saying that chat can help push people to choosing to watch content on Twitch rather than watching the content by themselves on YouTube. So,
I mean, at that point, you should just do a watch party. Because you could do that on Discord, watching YouTube videos. Or there's Watch Together. There's that program where you can do that and you can chat with each other live. Because I'm just giving alternatives to not making money off of this, because I know that one of her commenters in her video in her Twitch stream compared it to hanging out with stoner friends. Sorry, vibing out with stoner friends. And all I can say to that is, once again, not making money off of that. You're vibing out with stoner friends. Arguably, you're losing money because you're paying money for weed. But and that's why I'm comparing it to a YouTube watch party or a watch together, because there's that program where you can watch videos together and pause it at any time. I guess I'd say that's more interactive.
moving on to point number 2, React streamers acting as curators. Sort of. Essentially, I want to argue that viewers are actively choosing to watch content on Twitch instead of YouTube for a variety of reasons. I, for one, know that the YouTube algorithm has a terrible habit of not showing you stuff outside of your usual viewing habits.
Oh yeah, I can see that, because yes, a lot of my stuff gets homogenized sometimes, and then I'll look up old creators that it doesn't show me anymore. But it depends on who you subscribe to. If you want your YouTube content to be good, because this is just advice for that, if you want your YouTube content to have a wider array, you want to not subscribe to multiple channels that do the same thing, but subscribe to channels. Like if you like 6 channels that all do the same thing, subscribe to 2 of them, because if you subscribe to all 6, you're only going to get that content, that type of content, because YouTube thinks that that's all you want. But if you subscribe to 2 of them and then a bunch of other stuff as well, it'll mix in some of the other 4 YouTubers that you aren't subscribed in, because they're related to that content. Like I just got recommended Your Movie Sucks, a Your Movie Sucks video, because I watched I watch a lot of just content that has to do with reviewing stuff, and his whole channel is reviewing stuff, sometimes a little bad or disingenuously. But I watched his video on Lion King, really good video, by the way, Lion King remake, or really good, just as far as I know, because I didn't watch it multiple times. I don't remember all of it. It's a long video, but he talks about things that are more subjective, so I guess you could argue against it. But oh my god, it's so hot and I have to pee. I'm losing my point. But yeah, if you want advice on how to curate your own content, it's subscribe to topics rather than people. That's all I have to say, because I do the same thing with Pandora, because if you've ever been on Pandora, it'll show you the same, at some point it'll start showing you the same 30 videos over and over, or 30 songs. And if you know a song that you really like from a creator, you don't want to put their album or their band name. You want to put a specific song, and then it'll share you stuff that's related to that song. Like I put a band called Japanese Breakfast. One of their songs, wait, what? I can't remember the name of the song. I'm just gonna go onto YouTube. Japanese breakfast. Paprika. So I put paprika into my Pandora algorithm essentially, and it started suggesting me things like tennis or Declan McKenna and Alves, which are all very similar artists. So there's an extent to which you want to branch out, and if you know you like this type of content, and that's where a Twitch streamer could come in and give you something. But if you're a curator, you want to still react, but if you like the YouTube content, you should be promoting it as well. Because that's the whole entire reason Jay's video was made in the first place, was because he wasn't promoted during that. His content wasn't promoted. So at that point, you should rethink how you do things, and that's the point of Jay's video, is he wants people to rethink what they're doing for their content. He wants people to actually do content instead of just playing videos. I could make a whole parody stream where I just do this, and that's adding more than just sitting there, you know?
I can't count the number of times that content creators I've found through Twitch I would have never found through YouTube, because it's so...
Yeah, but then once you subscribe to them, you can find a bunch of other creators that are related to that until you run out of YouTube. And then you could do that again, but you don't want all your content to just be sharing the same creators over and over. Much like what Hassan does, he shows a lot of news channels and stuff, and that's cool and all, because he'll make comments on it. But sometimes if you just show a news channel, I think at some point the channel's gonna get mad and come after him, and then come after everybody else who does the same thing. It's a problem for everybody, not just for Hassan or other streamers that do that type of content.
So drastically.
It's a not thinking ahead type problem, where you need to think about the long run. Because in the short term you'll get a lot more. You'll keep your viewers, and you'll get a lot of viewers super easily because you're just playing other people's content. But eventually everybody's going to be affected negatively, and that's what I feel like I would want more in Jay's video, because Jay doesn't really mention that too much, and I wish he would. So continue.
Different from the
I need to get through
content
this.
that I habitually consume on YouTube. Or how about when you're scrolling through your YouTube homepage and literally nothing looks interesting, or you're feeling too lazy to keep looking for something that does look interesting?
Okay, you can't be that lazy to not look for something. That's something where I can't agree, because she lumps those two together. Because I can go through my recommended and not see something I'm interested in, but I can click on a channel that I know that I'm interested in, that I haven't watched all their videos, and I can look through their videos and find something that I like. It's not that hard. You can just click clicking 3 times and reading a little bit.
Interesting. Or when you just want like a 10-minute video so you can have something while you're eating, but instead YouTube is literally only recommending you 3-hour videos about why Rebecca Sugar is a fascist.
Never seen that, but that's pretty funny.
You know what solves
I would want
all
to see
of these
that.
problems for viewers? A good Twitch stream. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying that this adds value to the content at all.
Well, then she knows that it's... So in her mind, she would be a curator who is breaking copyright law, because she's saying that she's not adding anything. I'm not saying that myself. I'm saying that she's saying that because of the words she's using here. Because she's saying...
And I want to be clear, I'm not saying that this adds value
anything.
to the...
that this adds value to the content.
At all. I am only arguing that these are reasons why people actively choose...
Reasons, yeah. I don't care about the reasons. I care about what's important, which is moral culpability, copyright law, money making.
To go to Twitch over YouTube. And I want to illustrate that by pointing out something very important. Viewers are incredibly lazy. And yes, that means you, whichever stream...
I'm pretty lazy. I'll say that. I'm very lazy. But I can't. It's not like I can't click 3 times. Are you kidding me?
Stream has a chat that is currently watching this. Yes, you. No one is free from sin. Companies will literally dump thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to make their platforms as user-friendly as possible.
Yeah, and that's why YouTube has it as user-friendly as possible. So,
for example, if someone needs to be redirected 3 different times just to subscribe to a streamer, the chance of them subscribing drops drastically.
Yeah, so she's saying that you're very unlikely to promote. And so this is a bad example. Why would she use this? Because this is her saying that it's unlikely that you will be successfully promoting someone else's channel because people are lazy. So even by her own standard, she's wrong.
If you want someone to do something, unfortunately, the reality is the more steps you force them to take, the less likely they are to do it. So, what the fuck does this have to do with Twitch versus the YouTube argument that I'm trying to make? If someone primarily watches content on YouTube, there are less steps for them to take to watch your specific content on YouTube. They've already overcome the first hurdle, which is making their way to youtube.com. Where
Oh, so even starting YouTube up is considered a step to her. Okay. I guess it could be considered a step in research, but I will say in psychology, the psychology research I've done, when considering steps for things, if you're too specific, it's like research is not uniform on this type of stuff. So for her, she can't say that. She can't say that this is all a uniform thing. Because she says, oh, they spent thousands of dollars trying to make it user friendly and make it less clicks. But it's based off of, it's often based off of bad research. A lot of companies make decisions on that, like they'll make their employees take the Myers-Briggs personality test, even though it has no psychological or scientific basis behind it. So there's an example of people using research badly.
Whereas someone
or lack of research, because Myers-Briggs isn't research.
Who watches content primarily on Twitch is way less likely to have gone to YouTube and looked for your content to watch. Let's say in a hypothetical where
well, she's saying less likely, but now they're never going to, based on her standard, because they don't want to do multiple clicks. So by being on Twitch and looking at YouTube, they never want to see it again because they are too lazy to look for it themselves. My friend here, when he was talking to me, he said, oh yeah, well, yeah, people promote the stuff all the time. But by her standard, it doesn't matter if they promote because they'll never see it. Which is why I saw his points, but I can't see hers because she's making a statement and then using it as a piece of evidence to the contrary.
A streamer uploads their reaction to, let's say, a prank video, and their reaction adds a total of 30 seconds to the runtime. Now, a random YouTube user looks up epic prank video, and what do they see? They see 2 videos. The first is XQC reacts to epic prank, and the second is the original video, epic prank. The unfortunate reality is that if the viewer likes XQC even a little bit, they're always going
well, good for me, I don't like XQC.
to click on the reaction video and probably rarely going to click on the original video. And that to me feels like really true stolen viewership. In the example I'm highlighting, this user has already overcome 2 major hurdles in finding your content. They're already on the website you create content, YouTube,
and they're
already looking up content.
Although I rarely search content anymore. So I think that there's a difference in what she's saying, because she's saying that they're specifically searching for it, and that's a problem. I guess they're looking for XQC content, and he's actually giving a substantial reaction. That's different already, because that wouldn't be stolen viewership. I think she's equating the two, but saying that YouTube's is stolen and Twitch isn't. Like she's both equating and separating them. It's a weird way to put things.
That you make. Whereas I'd argue that the people watching React content on Twitch might not actually be your target audience, and we're probably unlikely to be looking for your content
Sorry.
On YouTube. I would try and lightly compare it to hot tub streamers and the rate.
Yeah, this is why I compared it, because I heard this section before. So it's I feel like it's a different thing because they are watching your content. They're just watching it on a different platform and someone else is making money off of it. I think that's the problem that she's not seeing here, because in this situation, in the hot tub streamer meta, these people weren't going to watch the gamers. They were going to watch the hot tub streamers. That was why they went into Twitch. But if they wanted to watch the YouTube, they can watch the YouTube, but because the Twitch is there, you add that just little bit of just watching their favorite streamer look pretty or look handsome or just be charismatic person. That's where it goes wrong. Because honestly, you should be pausing, because that's kind of how clips work on copyright. You're allowed to use a clip as long as you don't play it. That's why some people can put like copyright filters and stuff. I still don't feel comfortable with copyright filter playing stuff, so I fully understand I understand some of her points here, but I just don't see what her conclusion is on this.
Age against them. There is a misconception that hot tub streamers are stealing viewership from other streamers.
Yeah, they're not.
When the reality
Agreed.
is those
Agreed.
are probably two separate market segments of people who are going to actively look for your specific content on YouTube. And in case I didn't say it.
But the problem is they're not a separate viewership though. Because it's not like they're watching a hot tub streamer who's watching someone else's video game. They're watching a streamer who's just letting someone else's video play. So they wanted, and if they sit there to watch the whole video because their streamer friend says that it's a good video, then they should just go watch the video on their own. They would have watched the video if they had seen a clip of it. Like, if you really wanted to promote somebody, you can just play the first 2 minutes of something and showcase the best parts of it, and then let someone else find it on their own. Because they're not two separate market segments in this situation, especially with her evidence given, like I said, with the whole her thinking that people don't have they have watched too much, so their recommended is bad of stuff that they don't want to see anymore, or that they watch too much Twitch, so they don't watch enough YouTube. Those points don't fit.
That doesn't mean streamers doing this is okay or ethical or legal at all. I am simply stating what I believe to be the truth.
So she's saying it's bad, but it's okay. But it's
who go to watch Twitch stream.
Once again, she's just giving excuses. It's an excuse video.
And finally, conclusion. I guess my final notes. I wish the video was just structured a little bit better, because the good points of the video are.
It was structured just fine. It was structured just fine. The only thing I would say is make a few parts shorter, right? It's not. And not even the section that she thinks should be shorter, the part where he comments on Hassan's reaction. That part is fine. Especially because it's preemptively given an intro part and has a conclusion that connects back to the intro and uses the evidence presented, which is Hassan's reaction. But there's some other points that if you watch some of my other VODs, you'll see where I can give her credit. Not her credit, but her point credit. That Jay has sometimes goes a little too far in some areas.
Shadowed by the bad points in the video
Please
and
end.
make the video seem the lack of separation between personal grievances about Hassan and general comments about React streamers on Twitch as a whole makes the video really hard to watch.
Okay, I can see.
I am the least biased person because I am both a React streamer
least biased. Sorry, you're not.
on Twitch and someone who makes pre-prepared content on YouTube.
And this edit is telling us that she is not biased, or that she is biased because she makes the same type of content that was being criticized in the video, and that's why I laughed when she said she's the least biased. stop playing the whole thing.
Stream. I am the least biased person. Denims, next time, can you please just end the stream? Can you please just end the stream? I am the least biased person because I am both a React streamer on Twitch and someone who makes pre-prepared content on YouTube. Thank you for your time. I hope you had a great day watching this, and I hope I made some points some people agreed with. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so I can't go through this, or I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back, but I really want to show this comment showcase, but I've been holding it for way too long, so I'll be right back. So, I didn't realize, but I was touching my upper lip too much. So now it's red, so I need to put some lotion on it because I'm hurting. Too dry. It's also a leftover cut from shaving, but yeah. Alright, let's get in this. So these comments right here, the reason I wanted to show these so bad is because it gets to a lot of my points. And these are all the comments under this video that she made, so let's see. Wait.
People agreed with.
Oh.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. So this is, I thought it was, the audio was off. So I would suggest we talk about this again, Denims, or not. You seem pretty locked in on all this, so it might be entirely pointless. Ultimately, considering your position beforehand, I suppose you saying there are good points in the video, but you just don't like bits of it, is a relatively good result. So the reason Jay is like this is because after their conversation where they agreed on a lot of stuff, and then making this video seemed super weird of her. Because they were already on good terms at that point. But she decided to make a video on it, pretty much just saying that the points were bad, even though she said the points were good in the in-person talk that they had on that stream. So that comment. Where's the next one? If you are someone who spends more than 2 seconds writing a YouTube comment about why you dislike someone or something so much, I do not value or respect your opinion. That's a quote from her. A bit hypocritical, saying that in a 24-minute video about how much you dislike Jay's video. I wouldn't say so. Well, I guess if that's an opinion that she holds, the quote thing, it is hypocritical, but I don't agree with this comment. The disability point, I think, is on Hassan. He should have explained his point better so there was no ambiguity as to what he was trying to communicate. But of course, it's Hassan. He doesn't explain himself. And of course, he gets a pass on everything he says because it's Hassan. So yeah, it's my point about how she kept on saying that it was because he was trying to defend the person that was the homeowner because they might be disabled, but it was more like, this person, the context in which he said it, as well as his tone when he said it, was more like, this person might be disabled. It's such a crazy house. That's the read you get on it just from listening to the words he uses and the tone in which he says it, as well as the context. Because if you look at the comment section, like I went through painstakingly, they were all just making fun of Jay, or most of them were. While the others were just saying, "Oh, this looks like my house." Or like my friend's house. Okay, let's get through this. Oh wait, complaining that no streamer would ever end stream instead of grab filler content is insanity. Basically, what you are proposing is that instead of ending stream, you should instead break the law by infringing on someone else's content. There we go. Yes, lots of people do it. No, that does not make it okay. Great. And yes, it is illegal to simply watch someone's video if you do not make any commentary, transformative additions. Yes, this can be difficult for streamers to solve. See, that this is the discussion my friend and I were having, is that it's a very difficult problem to solve, but it doesn't mean you should break the law to deal with it. Yes. It doesn't mean that you should encourage copyright people to just crack down on Twitch, you know? Would you tell a worker on break to just steal a candy bar from the store if they're hungry on their break? Yes, I'm aware copyright infringement is not that, but I'm trying to appeal. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a bad example, but yeah. I don't agree with that last sentence, but yes. Yes, this can be a difficult problem for streamers to solve, but that doesn't mean you should break the law to deal with it. Well said. Thank you, Ian McDonald's. I want to find you and have my stream. Have you on my stream. Hey guys, let's start a worldwide search because I think she lost her sense of humor when she thinks that Jay saying end stream is not a joke. It is a little bit of a joke, but you can end stream and it's not a problem. I don't know why people think of it as such a problem, especially with the notification system. Because there's a little thing when you're starting stream, when you're creating the title of your stream, right under it says, what notification message do you want when you go live? So there is a notification message that appears for Twitch viewers. Mine is super simple. It's just, hey, come and wait, I can actually look it up right now. It's check me out. It's just check me out. Because I am lazy. I don't want to make that. But if you really are worried, what? Yeah, I know. I have to end. I'm almost done. Yeah, I have a game to get to. That's why I'm ending. He spends 2 hours on a 10-minute video. EFF audience laugh in long form. Yeah, so that's just a comment. Sorry, I was blowing at some Ponyo hair on my screen. I didn't mean to. But he spends 2 hours on a 10-minute video. EFF audience. Because EFAP spends a lot longer on a 10-minute video. They're crazy. But this is just a gotcha comment more. Not really a good point. That's embarrassing. I want to know why. This bafflingly disingenuous argument that cuts out a good bit of footage that counteracts the majority of the criticism. Good. Thank you. Because she cuts out the intro and the conclusion to Hassan's section. The amount of that's the only part, because I haven't watched her video in full either. The amount of explicitly bad faith you make while trying to claim the videos in bad faith and spite driven is insanely self-oblivious. Yes. reread that sentence because it was hard for me to understand, but yes, it's really oblivious of her to take so many arguments of Jay's in bad faith while claiming that he's also in bad faith. Yeah, especially ignore things that ruin your own arguments. Said it multiple times throughout the entire stream. Remember, boys, even though we can't see the dislikes, she still can. That's a little mean. Thank you for making this video articulated what I was thinking. The bad faith spite in their video was hard to get through. Hassan is obviously no saint, and while I've enjoyed his news content, I was open to another perspective. There's a spectrum of video essays, and that was far from H. Bomber Guy levels. There's nuance and a gradient to transformative content. It's very subjective, but hopefully more productive general discussions come from it in the future. Oh. Someone commenting here, but this, yeah, I think this might be an ironic one because H Bomber Guy makes a lot of bad video essays, or makes a couple. I haven't seen all of his essays. I'm sure he has some good ones. Oh, that's why it's showed. No, it's not sarcastic. It's a positive comment, and it's the only one that's pinned is the positive one. I see.
What does take pride in your work mean? I don't know.
Wait. Okay, and this is it. This is the end. I am done with stream. I have to go, so goodbye. Thank you for everybody who stopped by, especially I Stay Woke. And I'll do the salute again. Bye.